welcome to the last lap.
Oh, that was
everyone.
so soft.
Very soft, very gentle on the mic today.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for coming, for joining us for the Miami Grand Prix 2023 edition. And I promise, this is the Tommo certified promise, that this race will be a banger.
Yes, and also,
Now he said that.
Also, no, to add to that as well, this is the Niran Isufu certified certificate of certification to suggest that this Grand Prix will be a Grand Prix. Thank you very much, everyone.
Bruv, you've sat on the fence there.
Come on, man. No, it's going to be sick.
Place
it's going to
yourself,
be a banger.
Niran,
It's going to be a banger. Am I wrong?
Well, we'll see. We'll see if you. Maybe there won't be a Grand Prix. Maybe there will be a sudden downpour.
Just sack it
and
off.
It's rained off.
Martin Brundle there with his sensational shirt on. That is a 10 out of 10.
All this Miami faff with all these celebrities. Waste of time.
The fake water. Is it still fake water this time, by the way?
Yes. There is still fake water. There's some real water, but there's some fake water.
This is the thing. There's been quite a lot of misinformation about this because no one read the press release. So
welcome, Matt Amos, by the way.
Hello, everybody.
I already know about the record straight about a real problem.
Go on then, Matt. Get off your chest.
Misinformation. No. Basically, all they were saying that they got 2 new swimming pools, and that's when they were like, "Hey, there's water in Miami." That's it. The fake marina.
We've
is
seen
still
those
there.
swimming pools quite a lot in the coverage, though.
Yeah, because they've also got the new. They've got the new F1 swimming pool floaties, basically, and it's. Yeah, that's because they're just showing it. But yeah, they still got the fake marina, which still looks horrifically
Niran,
bad.
explain your face right now. You're looking.
Well, on the TV right now, there is some real water down at Aston Martin's garage. I don't know whether one of the drains just overflowed down there because they were sweeping up bare water. If you're Aston Martin pitting on slick tyres.
It's all the Charles Leclerc fans crying.
Yeah,
because
car parks aren't known for their drainage.
No, they're not. They're not.
But alongside
they bottled that up.
Not our only guest today, Ben. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And you might recognise the voice if you're listening carefully to what the 3. We'll get as we go on. What YouTube channel were you behind, Ben?
So my channel is called BMPH, and I basically do like storytelling videos, kind of in-season content as well, just because it's like, views. But
of course,
yeah,
that's our lifeblood, isn't it?
Yeah, and would slap on an ASMR channel, by the way.
Literally, I was going to say, like, some of the videos I've watched, it's been like when I'm nice and relaxed on the sofa, hot chocolate, and it's like, it's something which, the natural. I sound like gushing over like the voice. Honestly, no, it's like so calm and relaxing, but then it's also like you're there with the storytelling element with which you're relating on. So it's actually real awesome. It's actually
man.
funny.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Check out BMPH F1 on YouTube. Check out Matt Amos as well. You're almost at 100k.
Almost there.
You should be so close.
Yeah, and he's an official certified steward as well now.
I am indeed. Yes, I am. Yeah, FIA.
You were in Monaco this morning, weren't you?
I was in Monaco literally this morning. I flew back especially for this, made it. So I had to find literally. Ironically, there's no places to watch F1 in Monaco. It's mad. Like me and Katie
the Formula
Fairman,
E, just like no one's allowed to watch F1.
Well, because there used to be one great bar there, like Stars and Bars, basically, which had so much F1 memorabilia, and it unfortunately closed. And so me and Katie Fairman, after the FE race, were trying to find where we could watch F1 qualifying, just a nice drink and watch it. And literally nowhere was showing it. And we had to convince this Irish pub to change over the football to watch the qualifying.
An Irish pub in Monaco.
Yeah.
I'd love to go there.
Yeah, that's an experience.
It was really awful. It was really
Was
awful. Yeah.
But you got
1-star review on Yelp.
So this pretty much sums up the pub. They had only one male toilet, and a very large gentleman came out and just missed the entire seat, and just that's basically as classy.
That's not really the pub's fault, is it?
In Monaco as well.
In Monaco,
I feel like that should be more class, really.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know what I
It's
mean?
more like you could be able to eat like food off the floor because it's so ultra clean there. And then actually, if anything, it makes it. I don't want to say it makes it more Irish. It makes it like a stereotype. It's not. I'm just making myself.
Well, that's it. We're done, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a good run.
Nice knowing you all. Take care.
It's more like a pub. I know what you're saying.
Actually, McCluskey, my surname is an Irish name, so I am deeply offended.
Right, well, there you go. Box that now.
But anyway, you're wearing the same shirt as Per as well.
It's my only shirt.
It never leaves.
My only shirt. It's actually a tattoo, to be honest. It's I
thought it was so on my way here. I thought I saw you like on the train, and I was like, I saw the same because I've been seeing looking at like the podcasts, previously, and I was looking at your show. I was like, is that Matt? And it was like, you've been identified the face, trying to put the face. So I checked my phone. I was like, I'm checking the Last Lap podcast, and I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, it's not matching.
There must be other people with that shirt, Matt.
I wouldn't have it personally.
No.
I've heard it a few times.
Yeah, seeks indecision.
Yeah, You're
an influencer, right?
Oh, I hate that word. There's been a few times where I've been out with friends and someone's pointed out, like someone's got the exact same sort of shirt or jumper on, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you should get a photo together." I'm like,
You should. You should collate them. But never mind, Matt.
Yeah.
You'll move on. You'll get on with it.
Yeah.
Miami Grand Prix,
Yes.
2023. Boys, I'm genuinely excited for this one.
This is where I disagree because like.
What do you mean you disagree?
It's like
You're
you
not
both-
excited.
But it's like you
Fuck
both.
off then.
It's like you both. Bye-bye, everybody.
Get out of here, Sam.
No, it's like you both
I'm
forgot.
really bored.
Oh no, it's like you both forgot that
principle.
Miami was awful last
Nah,
year.
Qualifying grid.
but this is what you're missing.
Yeah,
We've got Kevin Magnuson. What is it?
guy.
Kevin Magnuson fourth or fifth? Fourth, mate.
Pete, Gasly's
Yeah,
fifth. Gasly's fifth. Verstappen's ninth. Leclerc's seventh.
We've got to see action. We've got to see people coming through the field, moving
All that's going to
backwards, like-
happen is Verstappen coming up the grid and Kevin Magnuson and Gasly falling back.
No, but you know what you're also forgetting? The laws of probability. We've had some shitters this season, physically speaking.
True.
We're due a good
That's
one.
how it works.
I mean,
That's how probability
Obviously,
works.
I'm wanting to be proved wrong because I'm wanting an absolute banger, especially just coming from the Formula E race in Monaco where overtaking is a possibility, and now I've got that induced feeling of I want to see more action. But if you remember, like apart from the Lando Norris crash that happened last year at Monaco, at Miami,
Yeah.
what was the other three things that happened there? Oh, you can't remember because it was a rubbish
the
race.
fake water. There was Mick Schumacher and Vettel crashed.
True.
Yeah,
That
okay.
happened.
That's two. Give me two more.
That's a wrap.
There
I'm
were
done.
loads of overtakes in Miami last year, but the TV coverage was diabolical and
Yeah,
didn't
they missed
cover
the Schumacher Vettel.
Hardly any
It's
of them.
all the coverage. Yes,
It
yeah.
was. Look at the numbers, the facts.
What I will say though is Baku was terrible first time around
no,
as well.
yeah.
And everyone
Absolutely,
thinks
yeah.
Baku's going to be a banger.
It
Miami,
wasn't. To be fair,
I
it
think
wasn't this year
stinker.
either. So, but what I'm saying is just because it was.
Believe. Ben, do you believe?
Everyone touch wood.
I mean,
Miami?
what do you reckon? Because like obviously they were talking about going offline was pretty difficult. 'Cause,
Yep.
there was less grip and stuff. And I think that was a problem last year as well. Because
Yep.
like as you said, like Mick basically just
Went offline.
straight line,
Yeah.
straight line through into Vettel. So like
Same with Gasly with Lando. Actually,
Yeah,
as well, where
yeah,
he
yeah,
went
exactly.
off circuit, came back on a bit too much. And
it's
then
kind of
went
like that desperation, especially if you're like a lower, towards the lower end of the grid. You're like you want to make those more audacious moves. So
But it rained last night,
It
which
did.
means that
Track
a
was
lot
green.
of the track getting rubbered in over the last couple of days
Yeah,
would have been
yeah,
washed
yeah.
away. So what you just said,
Oh my
having that only one line that you can drive on, should hopefully not be so much of a thing.
exactly.
Also, this is LL
LA
Cool J.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just LL Cool J. Sorry's
In the most like basic curly font ever.
Yo, Miami.
This is one of them that
Oh,
I
here
really
we go.
hope you're
Logan.
watching the race. Oh, wow, there's
They
Logan.
got an orchestra there.
Oh man, they got the walkouts and everything. Logan Sargent, he grew up like 20 minutes away from the track, didn't he?
How close is that microphone?
He's dropped an
loves it.
ad-lib.
You could take the boy out of Miami, but you can't take Miami out of the boy. No, he's from Fort Lauderdale. What,
I reckon
20 minutes
Logan
up the road.
Sargent could drop a freestyle.
Oh,
you know.
it's Will I Am. They've got Will I Am doing the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, did you see the song?
Yes.
The
Explain,
formula?
Ben,
God, it's
to anyone who
so
hasn't
cringe.
heard, what is this song?
It's called The Formula.
With
Oh, Will I Am and
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, that's it.
A real song. It's not AI. I thought
Yeah.
it was when
Yeah.
someone linked it to me, I was like, I'm not clicking that. That's some Trojan
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's AI.
Like, it's like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the formula. This is the
Copyright,
formula.
bro. Chill. Like, you
Oh.
know what I mean? That was a bit too realistic.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to get
That's too
copyright
good.
claim.
Yeah,
Get this channel terminated.
He just called Nick DeVries the new star or something just then. I don't know
new
if he's-
star?
I don't know if he's been watching the season. To be honest.
But it's one of
It
those.
literally is. Oh wow.
Oh, he's doing the conducting.
Bro's doing the conducting.
I'm very torn about what I'm seeing right now. 'cause it's
Producers
very
to
different.
decide. Can you confirm if this is the actual track which he created that he's doing this for? Obviously, I can't hear
Oh
you.
no,
in-
no,
in-
he's
Oh,
this is
right,
just
yeah,
they're
yeah.
playing some like random.
No, because I'm thinking if Will I Am is there.
Will who?
Will he
I look
is?
down with the kids.
You don't think he's down with the kids, no?
Neither is he.
No, like 50. Okay, maybe not 50. Yuki Tsunoda, beg up.
But yeah, I'm assuming if Will I Am is there, maybe he's doing it for his own song potentially. I don't know, but
I think
it is. I've not heard the original though. I think Yuki Tsunoda's just done a Sue. What is going on? Yuki Tsunoda.
Chat, let us know in the live chat. Have you listened to the new song from Will I Am and Lil Wayne called The Formula?
Please don't.
do it. It's really funny.
Okay,
It's not for the good
You were
reasons.
showing me earlier, man. The music video to it
Awful.
is hilariously bad.
Yes.
It's so bad. It's like green screen.
Effectively, they had one filming day, with Will I Am and Lil Wayne. Did you say? Was it Lil Wayne?
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
I get him and Little John confused.
Look at the love for BMPH in the chat.
Man said Little John.
Big up Ben's Army.
Okay, like I would love that so much for like for the song. It'd be great. But yeah, you can tell they just had like one filming day on a green screen, static, and then just everything else animated around.
What is this? We've got Charles Leclerc putting out bangers on the piano.
Yeah, man.
We've now what is this audio F1 I mean, the cars sound like shit compared to back in the day now, but they're making up for it with the bangers. What do you think of Charles' song, by the way?
It's just piano ballady sort of.
Not your cup of tea?
That's all right, but I wouldn't.
Garth in Printworks, maybe?
Oh, could you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I could
gun
imagine.
fingers.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. I'm still sad.
Shout out to Printworks.
Shout out Printworks. You're a real one, man.
You're gonna make some great flats one day.
Yeah, sad times. Sad times.
Well, I think we're long overdue a XNDA song. So.
Yeah, we are, man.
That's true,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's foot fell off.
Lewis.
Fell
what
off,
you playing,
ratioed.
Man? What are you?
Oh, man, XNDA's washed, bro.
There won't be any
There's
domination.
Caddy in the
boss.
chat. Big up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Troll, man as well.
I feel like the one
Yeah,
they
man, come
Not
on.
gonna lie, I feel like the entrance they had for Austin a few years ago, back when like Ricciardo had it, like a proper like entrance. I feel that looked a lot better than this. But
Yeah. Lando's just got smoke grenaded as he walks.
So again, just to clarify to everyone listening, so all the drivers are walking out one by one, being introduced by LL Cool J, with Will I Am doing this on the bloody conductors.
He's doing conductor.
You know what?
Conductor.
It's cringe, but it's very America. It's very Miami.
with
You
you.
You gotta go with the
embrace
culture,
it, right?
Like
Yeah.
you gotta match it. You gotta match the energy, and it's like the
Yeah. And it's different as well. You don't get this at every Grand
Yeah.
Prix. Gas.
Exactly. I'm all for it, but
There was no cheer for Lance Stroll, by the way.
he's like the almost hometown hero, kind of. This is I think this is closer to.
Well, it's definitely
Is
closer
Miami
than
closer
Austin.
to Montreal or Vancouver, Toronto, than Austin?
yes,
Has to be,
Yeah,
bare south.
Texas is
Yeah.
lower than Miami's. on
Texas
it,
is
yeah.
actually further away, so this
Texas
is
is more
his second home race,
Mad thing.
kind of in a way.
Nah, that's Canada. It's I
No,
wouldn't-
second as in second.
Yeah, after Canada.
behind Canada.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But,
We've got, by the way, we've just gone 14 minutes without talking about qualifying from yesterday.
how have we like? It was a madness as well.
That's actually quite impressive. The man on the screen there, Charles Leclerc, is in fact washed.
Should we start with that?
Yeah.
Ben, I want to know your insights, right? Charles Leclerc, is it, Ludacris is on screen.
Man, like.
Is it happening too much now? Are we getting to a stage with Charles Leclerc where these shunts, he's had 2 in the wall this weekend already. Is this a product of Charles Leclerc not being quite good enough, or is he over pushing because he's not got a championship fighting car?
I'm gonna put my bias on the table. I remember there was a video I did about like the rise of Charles Leclerc, and I put like a clip onto it, and then like he ended up retweeting it. And since that day, I've been like, I'm the most ardent Leclerc fan, like, in the universe.
That's my favourite.
So my take, I mean, keep that in mind when you're listening to what I'm about to say, but I feel like people are making a mountain out of a molehill. It's kind of like people forgot what he did literally last week, having out-qualified on both occasions in the sprint and the actual qualifying. Couldn't obviously, convert it into a win. And that's another thing, the pole to win conversion ratio. I don't think that's as big a deal as people make it.
Because it's like 25, 30%, isn't it? It's around.
Exactly.
bad.
It's bad, but it's like, does that not? I think that indicates more that he's a one-lap specialist rather than.
It depends how
It's
you
also
want
the
to look at
Ferrari
it.
race pace as well. Like traditionally, last season, Ferrari's race pace was wank.
A
So
good
they would
race
get
car and a good
poles
qualifying
and-
car, because
yeah.
the Red Bull takes 4 or 5 laps to get up to speed.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the most of that. I think that's what you have to accept with. And I think we've seen it so many times. You saw Max overdriving in a Red Bull that wasn't competitive enough to fight the front. He had to push and overdrive,
Over
and
the
sometimes
limit.
he'd make mistakes. And is this just a product of that? Or is there more to? Because we've seen plenty of drivers over the years who, over one lap, can have the pace.
Yeah.
I mean, the most extreme example of that, I think, is Maldonado. Like the most extreme example. Because on his day,
I would say,
on his day, but his day came so infrequently. Charles' day comes more often than not, but there is still a significant percentage of times where he will have a shunt more so than the drivers around him.
But how do you manage that trade-off?
I think that's where he is. True. I think he is just pushing too hard. And with qualifying yesterday, he fully went over the curbs on the left-hander, and no one's been doing that. And, and that is a clear mistake. I think with all these as well, it's just self-inflicting mistakes. And I do agree that the conversion rate from pole to victory or what have you is it's really good out there, but I do think then it does start to creep in the conversation well, if we are going to be shitting on the Freeze for having these mistakes and whatever, yes, obviously it's different cars, different power ratios, and you're not going to be fighting for championships or anything. Because I think, I tweeted this yesterday saying, when are we going to have the difficult conversation about, when we're going to talk about Leclerc crashing quite a lot this season? And I think the rate is that he's now crashed almost the same times as, more than De Vries, and definitely now more than Latifi did. And loads of people are really quick to mock them because they're in lower team cars, therefore, they're not going to do good. And the main response everyone was coming back to is kind of oh, well, they didn't win races or anything, but you wouldn't ever do that in that car. So then if you just remove the car aspect from it, you're not seeing the same shunts from Sainz or anything. Yes, in his first season, that was quite an openly mocked thing for me. The meme was he kept going into the gravel, but then he fixed that. And yeah, he's a bit slower for it, but also he's not making those mistakes anymore. Might not be as pushing as much as Leclerc. And that's obviously
it just depends so much on the package that's underneath you. If you know your car is 0.5% slower than the next car ahead, you have to be on your absolute A game to get anything.
So the question that I have, just quickly, is obviously we had Charles half in a title race for half a season last year, and then some mistakes crept in, but overall wouldn't have won it anyway. Red Bull were too quick, and also Ferrari fucked it on multiple occasions. Yeah. But if you actually get Charles Leclerc in a position where he's actually in a title race all season, and he's actually got a car that's level with a different constructor, are you still going to see these mistakes? Because they would actually be way more costly than they are now.
I think there's more examples of Charles. Start last year, Bahrain, good example. Went and raced wheel to wheel with Max, won. He didn't put a foot wrong. Yeah. I think there's more examples of him being up there and delivering than there are of him not.
Yeah.
Austria's another example. I'll throw that in.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of them that I think based off of that, because he did have a competitive championship fighting car in the first half of last season.
Yeah.
And all in all,
it was really only France, I guess.
France was the
and
Imola to an extent, but even then it wasn't like he was trying to cut back through.
Exactly.
And he over pushed a bit.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of them that if the car's right, I think he delivers. If the car's not right, I think he can be. He does overextend himself too much. I think there's other drivers who wouldn't crash as much as him, but get similar levels of performance out, not quite his heights. But if you've got a driver who's going to out-qualify a Red Bull in 2 Baku qualifying sessions, then that's a driver who's pushing.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure. And the thing, I think driving for Ferrari and having that pressure as well might also, be factoring into those kinds of mistakes because, the Italian media typically are quite harsh when it comes to
very harsh. Yeah.
Not just in terms of driver performance, but also car performance. I'm sure they weren't happy that they started the season that far, behind Red Bull in terms of. You would have expected them to close the gap at least a little bit in terms of the races, even if they had to compromise a bit in qualifying. I think that would have been beneficial for them, particularly this season. But whenever I watch Charles drive, it almost seems like he drives with a bit of desperation. It's kind of like. It's difficult to explain, but yesterday's incident was a good example of that. He basically got up right on the curb, as you said. There was that. I think Ant was doing a good analysis of. There was a small kind of like a pothole. He kind of bottomed out, and a similar incident with Sainz in Bahrain, where his car was literally just bouncing.
And this is at 160 mile an hour?
Yeah, through turn 6.
And this is a few inches.
It's where you have
millimeters.
it's basically where you have to go from it's going through those little S bits, and you have to go from full lock right to full lock left, and you have to be so inch perfect on that. And I think that's where he just went over the curb a little bit to then drop the front left. And it's a few inches, but also at the same time, it's like, well, you're an athlete. That is what you're paid to do. You're meant to be
this is the thing, right? If he didn't feel the need, again, you look at France last year when he lost it. You know, he just went a little bit wide on the left. It was a matter of inches.
It is, but that's what's going to cost you.
And if you're driving at that uncompromised, like 100% level,
110%, I'd say in Charles' case. Like he's
like flinging it.
You have your one moment to do that because you're being paid to be that athlete. You're paid to be that precision driver. You're not there to make these little mistakes.
If Ferrari delivered a better car, then he wouldn't need to drive
like that. Exactly. He wouldn't need to drive
that's
outside.
not sustainable.
But then he shouldn't have been pushing like that. If you know your car is not going to be that competitive, then why are you going to?
But that's the only way of making this car somewhat competitive. Like that's where the driver makes up the deficit. Surely.
No, those are both. I mean, that's a valid point. Exactly. Like if you are, if you want to maximize the number of points that you're going to get, you're going to be smart about it. Not maybe leave a bit of time on the table if it means actually completing the lap. You saw Max didn't even end up completing his lap because he had a costly mistake. Obviously, Charles didn't help with that, but
that's it. Yeah,
that was all part of the master plan.
The Charles red flag and Max, bottling his first lap. He admitted he made a mistake. Meant that qualifying was very interesting.
We've got Magnuson P4, we've got Pierre Gasly P5. It's going to be
P6, Hamilton P13.
We didn't even talk about that. We'll have the grid up here. We've got
Perez,
obviously on pole, Alonso and Sainz there. Lewis Hamilton down in 13th, man.
Yeah, that's just shocker, that one. Yeah,
that is just pace though as well.
Another shocker as well, I think, is Stroll.
Yes,
facts.
18.
But Stroll only got one lap in on used tyres, so the team kind of messed him up a bit there. So it wasn't all on Lance because Alonso got 2 laps in. Lance wasn't able to get 2 laps in. So I want to be my Hayden Gullis today.
It's very admirable what we're doing here. But he's washed. He's washed.
Okay,
no, he's not.
The agenda.
He's not. But the agenda is starting. I hope you understand.
You guys have not watched the
agenda scene for him.
What was I saying? The scene he did with Ted Kravitz, where he was on the slopes.
I haven't seen that yet.
I think you should watch it. Like
I
had like a negative outlook towards Stroll, but when I watched that, I was like, he's genuinely like a down-to-earth, humble guy.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. To be fair,
I mean, it's easy to knock him considering who his dad is and what he's basically made his career.
His junior record's actually been pretty good. Like he's always
I think it's it's difficult. What his journey to F1 represents is something that is very anti kind of accessibility in terms of
your dad has to own a team in order which is not like the case, but
we've seen that with so many drivers that it doesn't have to be the case.
I think it's the most publicised because a lot of the guys have come from rich backgrounds, and I think that's where it's been the most public. Even before his dad even did buy the team, even when he was racing at Racing Point, it's just been very publicised of like where one of the reasons how he's got into that. But then you've done a great video on showing like the rich families of like who's considered a pay driver.
You can consider most of these drivers.
I mean, they all
pay driver. It's all a different. You need someone to help bankroll you, whether it's your parent or whether it's a
sponsor, whether it's a team.
You need someone to take that punt on you. That's a necessity.
And then most of the time who don't is Red Bull drivers basically because of the program.
But even then, they're still Red Bull's taking the punt on them. At the end of the day, like you're still relying on that brand. But I know that last year Stroll got the most overtakes. And obviously starting down in P18. Should we have a look at our predictions? Should we look at
we've seen some predictions there. A couple of people sent Daniel Ricciardo in the top 5, which I think is a bit of a stretch.
If any made our top 5. Any Lance? No, can't see any Lance Stroll in there.
There's a lot of Aston Martin representation, and mostly from you, Tommo. P1 Fernando Alonso, is that what you're on?
I'm on it. I feel like he's starting on the dirty side of the grid, but because of the rain, that won't be such an issue.
Yeah, me and you've got the exact same predictions.
Really?
Yeah, I messaged you both on WhatsApp.
Oh, man,
and you both messaged me back the exact same predictions. So I was like,
I initially had Magnuson on the podium just because of the rain. And then I saw I was drying, and then I saw it was raining again. And I was like,
because we might.
So we're a team now. This is the shit. This line here.
We've got a tag team together, bro. This is host v guest today.
No, listen.
2v2.
I think Fernando up the insides into T1, great start, and I think Aston's very good on its tyres. Now, obviously, I know resurfacing's happened, right? So it's not going to be quite so But then if it rains...
But I think they've only said it's going to be like 5% chance now, I think.
Has it gone down now?
Yeah. It's gone down quite a bit.
5% is enough for me, man. That's all the chance that I need.
I just hope that rain overnight...
10. It's 10%.
Oh, is it 10%?
10%. It's doubled. So we're getting
Mate.
double the rain.
But it's not 10% chance, it's 10% of the area.
No.
This is the thing we need to learn. That's how weather works.
No. We're getting
those
10%
odds.
of the amount
And
of rain.
scientific fact as well, because of the amount of racing you do, obviously a lot of heat is generated up from the track, including obviously the track temperatures. Naturally, then when you go into the top, it moves away the moisture. Therefore, I think it's only above 55% of chance of rain is until then you're actually going to get rain.
But also,
Science.
because the tarmac's new, I think it's more likely to draw oils through the tarmac to the surface. We've seen that in the past at races. So again, with the rain last night, it's kind of leveled the surface because there was a lot of talk of drivers being worried, we can't make moves up the inside because there's no grip.
Yeah.
Well, now it seems like, there's no grip anyway.
There's no grip anywhere.
Exactly.
Plus, there's a couple swimming pools round the track. So if anyone is watching the last lap from the Grand Prix, if you could just grab a bucket,
You lucky person as well.
chuck that out. Just A, lucky, but B, just grab a bucket, chuck some water out.
So another thing as well, they've also shortened DRS.
That's legal, right?
So they've also shortened DRS zones, both of them, I think.
By 75
and
meters.
they've also shortened the pit lane as well. So the amount of time to go for a pit stop last time, apparently, I think it's going to be shortened by, a second, I think. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's around about a second. They've now trimmed off. They trimmed off a bit of the fat from
Or if
that.
a Ferrari, the same.
Yeah. Doesn't matter because Leclerc's already in the wall.
Shit, please.
It's funny because he's done it twice.
Yeah. Well, look, what do we think? We remember our very first last lap stream many time ago.
Belgium.
Was the Belgium Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Max was starting P14. He got to P1 in 12 laps, I think it was.
Are you asking me to predict how long it's going to take him this time?
What did Fernando Alonso say before?
You know what?
Because
I think it was
said
25 laps.
That's right.
He got
This
it bang
today,
on.
yeah. For Spa, he did. But well, it'll be interesting to see how he does today, I guess.
How many laps to P2? Because Max said beforehand,
Minimum.
he was like P2 minimum. He'll get to in the race. How long does it take for him to get to P2?
How many laps is it today?
50 something.
Yeah, mid-50s. Not sure.
I think in the
Insert in
30s.
editing.
I think in the 30s.
30s. You reckon Alonso? 57 laps. 57 laps.
Yeah, I think somewhere early 30s
Say a
is
number.
why we go.
Come on, we've got to say a number.
32.
I'm saying
32.
26.
32, 26,
28.
28. None. As in, not as in none.
He's there.
As in he won't get to P2.
formation lap.
Okay.
What was your predictions?
P2.
So just going against yourself now.
I didn't even predict him to win.
Perez wasn't even in my top 5 because I think he'll just have some kind of issue.
Oh, really?
That's my prediction, that he has some kind of issue and falls out.
What, mechanical or himself? Love that helmet, by the way.
No, he has an issue and he falls out of the race on the last
Oh,
lap.
Max has got
nice.
visor camera.
Like that,
Max has got a visor camera.
Oh, we're going to get
What do you
to
guys
see...
think about that?
Sorry?
Visor camera. What do you think?
I think it's good for analysis. I don't think it's good for broadcast. I think it's good to look over when you're doing like a qualifying run or if a particular move's happened.
Yeah.
We're doing the live broadcast because of the tech, because you can't really do much. There has some stabilization in it, but it's not perfect. But I think trying to watch that and
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't watch a race in visor cam.
you're so mirrored into what they're seeing. It means you can't see everything else. Which is
Saudi Arabia, someone made a really good overtake. I think it might have been Lewis, and it was on the visor cam, and it just didn't have that. You could see technically where he broke. He went on the inside into turn 1. But because it was on the visor cam, you didn't really get the sense of.
And obviously the drivers
close
looking
it
at the
was,
mirrors,
I guess.
they're fully in there, they can understand it. But
It's
that's why we
impressive
have trackside
technology
cameras,
for sure,
so,
but I don't think it's.
That's why all the cameras you see on the onboards are stupidly wide angled. So
What do
that
we
you
think
can
of
see
the
everything.
Red Bull Miami livery, by the way, as well?
Oh, Jesus Christ, so much
Any
stuff.
strong opinions
It
on
was
that?
the one that they had to do the least with. Because they had 4 options and they were just like, right, lads, we're up against it.
I do
We've not
feel-
got much time.
I
Let's
feel
just
ba-
choose the
yeah.
easiest one.
I feel bad critiquing it because it wasn't
It's
from
new,
them,
that's
and it's also from a fan point of view as well.
Oh, okay, I love it. It was amazing.
But what was more confusing is
was
that
your
they
design, was it,
released. Yeah, with my graphical skills, absolutely. Yeah.
I made the Red Bull livery.
Just put lead painting. What was more confusing is that they put out like 4 different images of different ones, and there were some actually good ones from there, but I don't think this was up in that 4 voting system. I think they should have gone to a voting stage. A little bit like when we had
you can't let the internet vote on shit like that.
No, but like this is the thing.
That
Like
was us.
It's got like a penis on the side.
Yeah.
But there was like a time when this is how British it was. There was like a HMS ship being called,
I know what you're talking about.
we as a nation voted Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they vetoed it to be like some David Attenborough crap.
That was
And it's
so
like,
shit, by the way. That was so.
Give the people what they want.
Boaty McBoatface.
That was unethical.
Awesome.
Also, shout out the first 8, I think, are starting on mediums. The only 2 soft starters
I had my head in my
the
hand.
McLarens.
Yeah.
Why?
Both starting on soft tyres.
That's-
Everyone else is on
No
medium
one
or
likes
hard.
the soft. It's got like 5
Sorry,
laps.
what did you just say? That's
What?
that stinks of a howler, doesn't it?
That's
That's all the hallmark.
They last only like 5. They must be going for a really aggressive pit stop strategy then, doing a 2-stop.
I mean, they're trying something different, and they've got to.
But everyone's going to be doing a 1-stop, so they must be doing a
I'm
2.
going to be trying a very aggressive
They're hoping
out
for a
of the
safety
door
car.
in a second if they try.
They're hoping they can make up a few positions as a safety, because obviously it is a street
Yeah.
circuit, so the walls are there.
They want to go from soft to hard quite quick.
The stands are looking full, which is nice.
Nice.
I think that was.
That was one for you, love. I'm loving this, by the way. I know we've got some fancy sort of like Miami sort of shirts out there, but like, I love that.
Thank you very much.
It's like a towel.
Yeah. It is a towel.
It's like a towel. It feels like a towel.
Like one of those beach towels you can wear.
Yeah,
when you're in Miami. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
270,000 people attending.
Jeez.
Average attendance since last year.
Look at us.
Sorry, we're trying to look over the cameras to see the
270.
We're not just standing very much. Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's got some sensational posture.
Don't know what to do with my hands.
Right. What happens into turn 1, boys? What's going on?
Alonso sends it.
Alonso
out wide.
Is Alonso leading out of turn 1?
Yeah, I'm saying it.
If he pulls away best,
Did
he'll
in
go
Saudi
for it.
Arabia.
I'm pretty sure.
I would love him to. I just don't think he's got the.
I would love it.
He's on the inside.
Alonso.
And again, did they have a support race this morning?
Porsche, yeah.
Was it the Porsche
I'm pretty
today?
sure, yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit of rubber in
rubber.
then.
Yeah.
But no one had any main incidents or anything, so it's not like proper.
Yeah.
It's like ultra thin. Rubber.
Yeah.
So.
How do you think we're gonna have a first lap completely clean?
Banger.
Completely clean? Do you think?
Nah, no way. mate.
Oh, he's right on the line there. The Ferrari.
That's science, right? I'm not getting another grid slot infringement. Surely
Please,
not.
not.
He went past the yellow reference line. He's trying to do a Max Verstappen sort of
Ultra aggressive.
thing. Yeah. That'd be interesting if they pick it up. If
Lewis.
they clip this up, because remember, I'm
You
FIA.
You predicted it last time, to be fair. Give us a good race,
Be
please.
entertaining, please.
Lewis Hamilton needs binoculars to see the line.
Turn 1. Come on. You just need a good launch.
P13.
Drone down ratio.
There's Toto.
Let's fucking have it, right?
Does Alonso
Here
have
we
the
go.
inside line into
Here we
turn
go.
1?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Green flag is out. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5 lights.
5 lights.
Come on, underway.
Checo, good start, Checo.
Bit of wheel spin for Alonso.
He's got him. Perez has
Ooh,
got
looking
it
good.
right.
3 wide.
Gasly's
Magnussen.
got a pretty good
Oh, McLaren's been hit at the back.
I think that was the one into
I think that might have snowed up.
Might have been.
into Piastri.
Everyone's kept it clean.
Oh,
though.
Magnussen's down.
Perez is gone.
Did George get a good start there?
George, I think, made up a place against
Sainz,
yeah,
Alonso.
Yeah, George has passed Magnussen. We've got Leclerc there.
Where's Max?
I think Max has lost a position. There's an Alfa Romeo up there, just like out of nowhere. It's Valtteri Bottas.
At the
Is that a
inside
real
is
start?
Norris potentially, maybe
Lewis.
defending.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Lando, by the way, who got hit at the start. So
Ocon
Lando's
got
19.
Verstappen.
Bang.
Oh, careful them two.
So that's Piastri defending from
Oh,
Hamilton.
my lord.
Oh, it's so quick through there, isn't it?
Flipping, it's scary, isn't it?
It is.
Albon, your boy, he's up against
Nice.
Nico
Verstappen down the inside
Hulkenberg.
of-
The McLaren's still side by side with Lewis.
Oh my God, it's all kicking off. Leclerc's gone past Magnussen.
Oh,
Albon
Verstappen
and
going deep.
Hulkenberg getting 10.
Lewis
Alex,
and
what happened?
Piastri are still wilting.
Lewis,
They're still side by side, Lewis and Piastri.
Oh my God. How is Piastri 14th?
This is stress,
What
mate.
has he done?
Lewis
has got him,
eventually
yeah.
got past.
Fucking hell,
Yeah,
everyone's
but
alongside
Piastri
each
started
other.
like 19th.
Yeah, Piastri had a 6th start, but he gained positions.
Oh yeah, because of the
Lando went wide. I think
Yuki's-
Lando got hit by, I want to say De Vries, but I don't know. If it is,
Probably.
then it's a stinker again.
Okay.
Gasly's 4th.
Yeah, Norris.
Man, go on,
And
Pierre.
I put man in my fantasy team this year, this week as well.
Yeah, that's you. That's all you. That's you're the reason.
That's it, man. You know,
Man,
but then I
we-
also put Stroll in
Perez
my
has done
team.
Yeah, Perez, great start. I mean,
That's exactly what Sergio needed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Even Max has
he
even...
went straight to the inside, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was
Overall,
Bottas
exactly.
always in the top
oh,
10, by the way? Or am I bugging out?
TV Direction just turned away from like an overtake on the start finish line.
TV Direction.
Big up
Shit,
guy
yeah,
with the
man.
super chat as well. Evening, lads. McLaren in for a gopping race.
GG's. I mean, you
Oh, look,
predicted...
Piastri didn't get the memo, did he?
Yeah. You predicted it for
Go on,
Lando.
Oscar.
You predicted it for Lando.
That's it. Yeah, true. Come on,
Magnussen
lad,
lost
I'll sort it
3
out.
spots. So, remember at the beginning you were like, yeah, Magnussen in the beginning. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to throw away.
Gunter Steiner's on the phone. Mick, get back in the car.
Come on, Pierre. Come
I want to
on,
write
son.
another book.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but I guess
Exactly.
Piastri,
That's the title.
Still surviving.
Piastri getting the most out of them soft tyres at the start, though. Boom. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, we
what
just have to pit in 3 seconds.
happened to De Vries as well, man?
He went
It
in
must
the
have
back
been
of
him who
Norris.
locked up then.
Yeah, it has to be. I'm surprised he's not coming for a new
It's
front
one of
wing,
the,
though.
when I see an AlphaTauri make a mistake, I don't want to default to De Vries, so I'll be like, oh, I think it was Sonoda, but it was De Vries.
No, but it was. Yeah. Max just passed Valtteri Bottas there, by the way, so up into P8
Yes.
on
Already.
Lahards.
Already making moves.
That's an interesting
Look at that
strategy.
car park.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I wonder
a lot
how long
of
they'll
car
leave him
parking
out.
space, isn't it? Imagine parking your car inside the track. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, traffic is really bad. to get out of
Valtteri
it, yeah.
started 10th. Okay, yeah, I was bugging out. Sorry, lads. Good start, though, still.
Absolutely.
I just don't understand
Leclerc
this,
under pressure from
McLaren,
Kevin Magnussen, by the way.
like,
Just putting that one out there.
Yeah. I just really don't understand why McLaren have gone to the soft tyres. Like, we know now, like, these new Pirelli softs just don't work whatsoever. They don't gain an advantage at all.
Yeah.
But this track is quite low wear, so I think...
It's quite high wear, isn't it? I thought last year.
because it's new surface. Oh, here we go.
Logan
Sargent's in the
Sargent's
pits.
in.
No, he's done the tyre in.
Missing part of his front wing.
What's happening?
Where
Yes,
is this in there,
front,
Ben?
yeah, his
Yeah.
front left are
end.
right looking at it.
Yeah. So it's just, I'm guessing he's having a front wing change.
Oh, I like the
he's
helmet.
quick,
The
yeah.
Golf
Yeah,
livery
the helmet,
helmet.
love that. Yeah. Okay. Well, oof. So
it's
it's
very
a slow
slow.
one, boys.
Oh, Logan.
At least Norris is up to 18.
At least he can drive home.
What is it with drivers having stinkers at their home races? Like Charles Leclerc is obviously the prime example of that, but jeez, man, come on.
Cheesy
Logan.
peeps, man.
Sainz is getting some, like, he's getting from the Alpine from Gasly. Yeah, it's,
Lordy Lord. Go on, K-Mag.
Magnussen.
That's a move on.
Charles Leclerc.
That's a move on Leclerc.
blimey.
My Dane.
You know, what? I saw a comment.
And Verstappen right behind him now.
I saw a comment. That, Kevin Magnussen looks like Santa Claus midlife crisis. Which actually, he does look like. If you've seen the video of Kevin Magnussen eating Chipotle from his F1 car, he does look a bit like a young Santa.
Here we go.
Oh, go on. Charles
YUNG.
Leclerc on Santa.
Bit of a
Back
lock
up
up
the
though on the
inside.
inside.
Oh, Max is there
Oh
though.
my lord,
Go on,
that
Kevin.
got close.
Oh,
Kevin ain't yielding.
He's. I tell you what, he'll make a move back up at the inside, surely.
yeah.
Oh,
wait.
my God.
Max gets them both opportunistic.
Easy.
Double overtakes.
Bruh.
Verstappen, great job there.
Disgraceful from Max Verstappen. 2 places in one.
Phenomenal.
Charles
That was time to
Leclerc.
perfection.
Yeah, that was that was good.
That was decent.
Wait, what? No
Further action. Well, De Vries just
We need to see a replay of that then.
De Vries just chucked his car at Lando, and he's not getting.
If he went into the back of him, that's clearly
He
De
locked
Vries's
up as
fault.
well, yeah.
This is
I
what I was
can see
confused
this
about
in
with
the background.
qualifying yesterday, where we had 2 unsafe releases, and it was clear as day as an unsafe release because they almost
Yeah,
collided.
it's like, it's quality, lads. Don't worry about
Exactly.
it.
It's like, what are you talking about? Like, any closer, they would have literally crashed.
Mate, what a move that was.
That was.
Is that move of the season?
I mean,
Not that there's been that much competition.
Through goes Verstappen.
It's still Stroll. It's still Stroll at Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
on, Nico.
Hulkenberg and Ocon will to wheel. But no, they're good. Fine.
See, look at this. Miami's doing a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So we've had a number of decent overtakes. I was like,
Calm down.
Miserable git.
This isn't
Come
a
on.
Formula E race around Monaco, all right? Calm it down.
Max is still only 6th and he's 2 seconds behind Russell. And Russell's on the compound medium. Well, I guess, Verstappen started on the hard. So he's the highest runner on the hard tyres at the minute. Everyone else around him's mediums. So we'll see how that plays out.
Alonso is not going any further than 1.4 behind Perez. He's kind of just sticking within that window, even though he hasn't got any DRS yet.
This is what's so difficult. Like, is he pushing? Is he managing the gap?
Oh,
we have no idea.
He must be managing, surely.
We have no idea.
I'm going to assume he's zero field spread, by the way.
Oh, wait. So we might be able to see what happened to Norris here then. So he...
I don't think you'll be able to see. I think
on the left-hand side? Left-hand side?
Oh, yeah, De Vries
wait, De Vries went into the back of Norris?
He's
just bonked him. Yeah, he's just bonked him.
It's just a little bonk.
Yeah, but it still caused him to go out of position, though.
Yeah, because Lando's gone from like 14th to 19th.
First lap, they're always a bit more...
I mean,
I hear it.
But that's more... That's like if he's just missed his braking point and just gone into the back of Norris.
Yeah.
So then it's a penalty.
I think it's... Yeah, no, I hear that is the reason.
That's why.
But for me, that's a load of shit because if you... If, like, for that, for example, you've been squeezed, fine, whatever. You didn't really have anything. You couldn't do anything. But De Vries has just made a mistake, locked up.
Here we go.
With no pressure.
It's the same with, like, Sargent in Australia. That should have been a penalty. I just don't know why.
Lando's actually got a good start
here we go.
overtaking him, and he's just run into the back of him.
Yeah, he's just gone to the back of him, and he just...
Yeah.
How is that not a penalty? Because now that's kind of ruined his...
It should be.
Yeah, that's now ruined his...
The thing is, just... Oh, here we go. Max Verstappen overtake replay, though.
Double slipstream.
Jeez.
Yeah, double slipstream. DRS as well.
Charles Leclerc is...
sailed past him.
Man, getting overtaken by
DRS being enabled yet?
Yeah. That was... Yeah.
Whew. Very nice. Yeah, no, that whole first lap thing. I mean, look, there's a lot of context where you understand why, because everyone's more bunched up.
Pack up the race.
You know, cold tyres and all that. But that specific incident, that's...
Yeah,
I think that's probably a penalty of some kind.
Yeah, so Lando and
Piastri's in the pit lane right now.
Already bunked the softs. Hards to the end.
Or that's going to be an
horrific though.
If Albon potentially, you know, Ocon almost did it as well.
Anyone can do it.
Mate, didn't Ocon do like more mileage than the most mileage ever on one compound?
Yeah,
in Baku, yeah.
Which isn't great. Which is more than
until the end.
Yeah. Which is not a great stat for Pirelli because it's like, shouldn't be on that one. But yeah, I mean, for me, I think that's, if you've crashed into a driver and effectively just like lost them positions, that's a penalty, clear as day. Like it wasn't Lando's fault. It was De Vries. Should we just give the penalty? Yeah, I think so.
We're the FIA now, realistically.
Let me call a guy real quick.
No, a guy who knows a guy.
Michael, you're back on board, Sam.
Stop them fastest lap.
Also, Hamilton on the radio saying that not sure if maybe this is just Lewis being a bit negative on the radio, but he's saying he's concerned they might not make the race on this front wing because he's got front wing damage.
Oh, well, with that Magnuson sandwich we were talking about earlier.
Was that Magnuson or was that Hulkenberg?
Yeah.
Somewhat so. Max closing up to the back of George Russell. And George isn't in DRS for Gasly, so he needs to be careful here.
And here's a replay from Esteban Ocon into the little tight-ass chicane.
Esteban. Don't worry about the chicane, lad. It's all good.
At least he went right with the bollard, though. Otherwise, that would have been a penalty.
Yeah. At least he didn't hit the bollard as well.
Whoops. Yeah, to be fair, there isn't anywhere you can really go, so it's either left or right.
Yeah.
So you've either made the corner, you definitely haven't.
Do you think that curve is a bit too high, though? Do you think they should like flatten it a little bit? Because it's sending the car like pretty high now. I
think it's just to get rid of the racetrack in general.
Make it a car park again, lads. Come on, I need my free parking.
Like they could have done some nice banking here, a little bit like Zandvoort. It's like you've got free reign to do it, and there's obviously the finance to do it, and this is what they come up with. So I think that one section there just looked a bit like.
Even if this race is a worldie, Matt will just be like, oh shit,
cynicism.
This track is shit. I just hate it.
It is though. It is rubbish.
Beef them. Call them again. Call them again now.
Well, Alonso's a second half behind Perez, and Sainz is within a second of Alonso.
Oh God, Verstappen's got fastest lap on hards, lads. It's game over. We had a good one.
It's not game over.
It is. He's winning.
He will not catch.
He
has hope. He's there.
Thank you, Tiernan, by the way, for the super chat as well. Time to go cry into my sack of papayas.
Who has loads of papayas?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I respect that.
I thought you said a stack of papayas, and I was like, what?
Yeah, a sack of papayas. Yeah.
It's a stack.
Or was it sack? I mean, it's a similar thing, I guess.
Yeah,
a general pile.
A collection of papayas.
I don't know where are papayas grown. I'm not sure of the...
The origin.
Yeah, the
Is it
origin.
like a Caribbean fruit, I want to say. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, get the papayas out. Actually, no, don't, because they're 18th and 19th.
Exactly.
Do not get them. Verstappen's got fastest lap again.
Pushing, isn't he?
No.
He's pushing.
They want to have Pierre Gasly in the top 5, by the way?
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe. I was thinking between Gasly and Russell for my P5.
Can I get Pierre Gasly in my prediction now, please?
I did actually. Well, look, Russell's within a second of Gasly now, which is helping him because he gets a bit of DRS.
Yeah,
but then he gets dirty air through these corners. So
Yeah, and Alonso's nowhere. He's starting to drop off now from Perez.
Leclerc's over a second behind Kevin Magnuson. Just putting that one out there.
Hamilton's still 13th. He literally hasn't moved.
Yeah.
He's
on the
probably
hards
stuck in
as
a
well.
DRS train.
yeah,
Can't
a
even.
little bit
I think
can't
it's just
even.
waiting to lock out with the safety car, maybe. That's
I'm
probably
really
too early.
surprised. I know it's maybe hindsight, but I feel like if you're coming through the field, you've got to go for the softer compound. So at least if you really want to, you can just pit out of it.
Make up
immediately and
places,
get
yeah.
So I feel like with the soft
Clean
compound though,
air.
it's not like what we saw a couple of years ago. where it generally made
Not
a
the
difference.
soft. I mean,
Sorry.
the softer out of the two. So in this case, I should have rephrased that. The medium.
Yeah, sorry,
But
yeah.
that is also true. But I feel like you've got to choose the medium here because like now he is stuck. Now he's got to go 30 laps on this.
I feel
And
like
there's
here,
no change.
I feel like here as well, like we won't see much of a DRS train because we only have those 2 DRS zones. Not like Baku where most of it is pretty much like straight corner.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Hey!
Verstappen.
Of George Russell.
What?
Hit his
Lovely
side
move.
pod. Hit his side pod. Go on.
Revenge.
Go on, George.
Yeah,
give
they
it him
start
back.
sweeping corners, so you can't really sort of keep that close, I guess. But
Yeah.
I heard.
mean,
Max
as long
call
as you
him
get a good
dickhead
exit
as
out
he went past, by the way. Have
Give him
that.
one of them as he goes.
I saw
Russell
Oh,
radio.
What's George saying? Oh, okay. I thought he was going to beef him.
Of course, he's going to blame the brakes, isn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Oh, that wasn't talent. It was just the car.
Oh, Christ, Nora.
The thing is with like,
Crikey.
remember at Baku, you had George go out in Q2 instead of Lewis, and Lewis only squeezed through by 4 thousandths ahead of George.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then got to P. Like it's almost like back to back the same weekends.
Yeah,
for
it's
both,
almost like
both
they're a bit
Mercedes.
shit.
Just nothing.
Slap a side pod on, at least one, and we'll be good again. Make Mercedes great again. Sell some caps.
Yesterday's quality
That could
gaps were
work,
like really, really close. Like it was literally fine margins, pretty much like behind Perez and I guess Alonso and Sainz, more or less like
Yeah.
about half a second or 4/10.
Well, again, that's why
between
Magnuson was
midfield.
able to get up there, wasn't he? Because just the margins were fine and only get one push lap in as well, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Alonso was on U softs when he set his time.
Yeah.
P2.
And saying that, Alonso has actually caught up a little. He's now only 1.5. He originally was 1.9.
That's the thing. That Aston's really good on its tyres.
Yeah.
So if Alonso can just keep in that window, get a bit of slipstream, hopefully
true, yeah.
not have the dirty air hurt him too much because they're good on their tyres, the Astons, then...
Science might be a little bit harder for Verstappen to pass as well. I mean, Max is about to make it.
Oh, he's made that look so easy on Gasly.
I think Pierre kind of let him have that a little
Yeah.
bit. Because
Yeah, it's
it
not
was
worth-
almost like Max was kind of like,
But now
are
Russell,
you letting me go through
Yeah,
it?
but now
Yeah.
Russell's all in the back of Gasly.
Yeah.
Like he has. I think you're right. He's just let him go for it, and now Russell's easily got
Russell
Gasly
up the
here.
inside of Gasly. Oh, he's
Yeah.
done it.
Oh, Pierre.
That was all. That was
He's going
all.
to switch back.
Yeah, that was all because Gasly
That was
let
good
him
move.
pass. That was silly
far
from
too
him.
easily, yeah.
That was
yeah.
silly from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pierre compromised. If you're
get
going to
it.
do that, you can't compromise your line as well.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what he did. That's
yeah.
yeah.
Do you know what though? It looks like the upgrades are like actually working. I mean, now we can see them. They didn't get that opportunity in Baku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about time as
They
well.
put them on the bus this time. Could you imagine we've got a 5-way sort of
That was from far back.
brawl? for
Yeah,
top
that
five?
wasn't. He started braking, but he wasn't even alongside
Yeah.
really. But he knew kind of Gasly wasn't going to.
I mean, Pierre's
fight
literally
him
looking
too
in his mirror the whole time. I feel like he was just sort of like, right, I know he's going through.
Yeah, look,
Let me
he's
just
going
let
for
him
a
through.
proper wide.
I think he probably
exit
wanted
there.
Max to get past him a bit sooner.
Yeah,
because then he wouldn't have had
It was
to-
from so far back. That's
Go
why.
so
you
wide.
know.
Yeah, and then there's for Russell. It's just he's just taking it as it. Ooh, yeah, he just took it quite easily because the opportunity was there. Like,
Yeah.
that's all on Gasly. That
Good week for George.
Rivet head
King's
thinks-
coronation. And,
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he was there. So he's the kind of man.
No, man, he was
there.
pissed. He was pissed he couldn't go.
Yeah, he's fuming.
Really?
Bleep,
He was
red, white,
there
and blue.
on Zoom.
I did find it a bit like Sky Sports went around all the British drivers, including Albon, because
Yeah.
he grew up in UK,
Yeah.
and it was just all a bit uncomfortable. I was like, why are you forcing them to like endorse it?
I'd just say no. I'd just be like, I didn't watch, mate. Didn't care.
Yeah. Not my cup of tea.
Right.
Yeah. I've got a better hat at home.
Rivet Head thinks that Max will jump Perez in the pits, which obviously Perez is on the mediums, Max is on the hards.
Yeah.
Max is now P4.
And only about 5 seconds off Sergio. Can you imagine?
Only about 5 seconds off of Sergio, exactly. What does Perez do in this instance? Do we think he's pushing? And
No.
if he isn't,
Perez
do
isn't
we think
pushing
he
at all.
should be?
You think he should start?
Yeah, because he should be like, the further upfield he gets, like, there's no benefit of just keeping with the pack. Like, if you've got the fastest car, proper go for it. And it looks like he's starting to now, unless Alonso's dropping back, because he was literally like a few seconds ago was 1.5 and now he's 2.1. So maybe Alonso's made a mistake or something. But yeah, if you're leading the race, you're trying to think to go as long as possible, unless you're needing to save fuel or save the tires or what have you. But like, if you just put it this way, if Verstappen was leading the race and Perez was P5, do you think Verstappen would be going as quick as he could, or do you think he's conserving his tires? Obviously, he's going to be going as quick as he can. So, like, we should expect.
Well, he's on the hards as well. So
no. But I'm saying though, like if Verstappen was leading with the medium tires on, in that position, do you think he'd be like trying to pull away from everyone else? Of course.
Can I just say, you know what's really interesting? Since we started having this conversation, the gap's gone from 1.8 to 2.4.
Yeah.
So I think he might have just got the hurry up.
Yeah. Is that phone call I made earlier?
Yeah. It's just
we
like,
know you're listening, Checo. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Shit, Matt's on the radio again. I better fucking get a move on.
Matt's giving me the hurry up. Sainz has been within a second of Alonso for ages now as well.
Yeah.
He'll need it though.
Again, that's where he's
Verstappen's DRS. He'll just need to try and just stay within that.
Yeah,
I think Alonso might be helping him actually. Could be.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Well, look, Verstappen's 1.5 behind Sainz. Fastest lap, Max Verstappen once again.
Jeez.
Yeah, once that Red Bull gets going, it's nigh on impossible.
It's pretty
to stop.
quick.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Pretty quick. That's the thing, like
2023.
I saw you know, Albert Fabrega.
Yes.
He shared a graphic on Twitter yesterday. It was quite interesting. It was comparing fastest sectors from qualifying, and Perez was still quicker than Max if you just included their fastest sectors overall.
So Max is washed, Matting.
Apparently
Is that
so.
what you're saying? Live on
Apparently
air.
so. Apparently so.
I mean, you know what? That always makes me laugh on Twitter.
Niran's subtitles.
No, you know what? Twitter is exactly like that. Like literally, you could genuinely go, "I love my mum," and someone will go, "Yeah, but what about your dad?"
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm not. Sam, my dad. Yeah, I love him as well, but like, I'm not talking about him.
Oh, but you talk about your mum first and not your dad.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
just
really telling. Yeah. At Niran's dad. Hey, do you realise you're funding this person every birthday and Christmas?
And then this is what they have to say. It's just ridiculous, man.
Sainz struggling with his fronts a little bit.
Typical.
Nice.
So unlike a
Same
Ferrari to
predictions
eat for
over
its
here.
tires.
It's
not
just insane
surprised, right?
Bluetooth connection going on over here.
It's meant to be. It's both the plaid shirts as well.
Yeah, literally dress code. Now I've missed out on the dress code, man.
I know. Man,
Yeah, we've gone
I'm
for
disappointed.
the cross one, and you've just gone for the
I've just
horizontal.
gone horizontal.
And you've just gone
Where's
plain
your,
T.
where's your
Plain.
pinstripes?
Plain, mate. Plain Jane today. Yeah, Verstappen within a second, just
Leclerc is
outside
close to
of
Magnussen.
Here we go.
Leclerc is passing Magnussen here.
About bloody time.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, the fact that you ended up.
Magnussen.
Oh,
Switcheroo back.
go on, Kev. I know. I tell you what.
And Leclerc's really just not wanting to race proper, is he?
Ocon is in the vicinity as well.
man.
Gangly self. Look at him.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Of all people.
No, did he not see him do that tyre change in the NASCAR thing? Have you not seen that? So basically, he was doing some media stuff earlier in the week where he was like changing like the front wheel of like a NASCAR or something.
Yeah.
He puts the car jack into the media of it. Go to the wide shot real quick, right? Basically, he couldn't. He didn't have his weights on, so he was a bit like.
No, did you see Alpine though? They
Like
put Harry
Waluigi.
Potter music over it,
Yeah,
like it was
that's
doing
it,
Quidditch. Mate,
gonna get clipped up.
Magnussen's still ahead of Leclerc.
Wow, what's going on here?
Man. Magnussen is
a good battle,
elbows
man.
out.
Absolutely, yeah. Fair play
Really
to
good
Magnussen.
battle.
Chipotle are loving this.
Yeah, where's their branding on their car?
It's on the nose.
I really wish
okay.
it just said Chipotle.
Yeah, on the rear wing,
That'd
yeah.
be so gas.
Do you see? They said. I think they said.
Oh my god.
I think they said if Haas finishing the points, then Chipotle will give away like 10,000
Oh, I thought it was
meals or
I thought it was
something.
like top 5.
Burritos or something.
I don't know.
That's sick.
I mean, they should do it anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Someone fact check us and let us know in the comments because we do.
I would like
I
some.
don't know if it's top 10 or top
Fastest lap,
5.
Sergio Perez. Come on, Checo.
There we go. He's been told to hurry up a bit now.
Afterburners are on.
Yeah, he's getting out of there, isn't it?
Science just 0.4
I
ahead of
want
Max.
tacos now.
I'm pretty sure it was like I thought it was like top 5 or podium or something.
I think it was just points. I'm pretty sure.
But then
it's
to
just
give away
points.
that many, that's
That's a big lack of faith.
Mate,
if anything,
Chipotle
from
stock
Chipotle.
price.
I'm sure. Surely it has to like. Can we just have that revenue for the car?
Chipotle stonks, mate.
Donks.
Chipotle Stong.
It's true. It's true. I literally retweeted that a few days ago.
I tell you what, Max is very close to science here.
Yeah.
He's very
very close.
He's
Max
gaining.
Verstappen, surely he's getting him at the end of
He's
it.
gaining.
Don't see many
He's
overtakes
gaining
there.
science.
No one's
Not
going to
really
say it,
putting
but
on
I'll say
massive
it. Go on,
debate.
crash into him. Go on, do it. Oh, that was so easy. Go on, Alonso. Magic Alonso. Please do something.
Max P3.
He has cut through this field
is
like it's
mad.
nothing. I mean, what, lap 14?
And thank you, Alex, for confirming. It is if they score points.
Oh, really?
We're getting tacos for days, mate.
So,
this is going to be great.
There you go.
I'm here for it.
Magnuson's driving for his life and for our bellies.
My
Yes.
dinner.
Are there any Chipotles in the UK?
There's
Yeah,
a great one in
yeah,
Soho.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go after this, lads?
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
it. Let's just...
Yeah.
Other
just give them a discount.
Other
Shadow
burrito
Flex.
brands are
Shadow Flex.
available.
Yeah.
Shadowflex makes a great point. Leclerc can't pass Magnuson, and Max gets 2 cars, including a Ferrari, in 1.
Mad.
There's levels.
But
to
yeah,
this
we'll
game.
still have this conversation
There's
on like,
levels.
oh yeah, it's Leclerc not making mistakes and stuff. Yeah, I mean, come on, like he's been
I
very
dunno.
careful in this race.
Yeah, but you
just
look
to
at
not
how
crash
easily
into
Max got past.
He's
Sainz.
bullied Magnuson into
What's
the pit
happened
lane
to his pit? Oh, bro.
In you go.
Okay, Chipotle watch.
Eat your
Magnuson
watch.
is pitting for hards.
Come on, please get this
Good
right.
pit stop, Haas. Come on. You're the home team today.
Yes,
Andretti,
they've
yeah.
done it. Oh, my
his
lord.
knee. Oh,
Did it?
bless him.
Oh.
That's gonna hurt.
He had to get his hands out of the way as well. He
a
must have
little
gone
bit of
before
a-
the red light.
He's one of the. I think that was.
Check whether the wheels were actually attached. I mean, none of them put their hands up.
he's
or
what-
anything.
so
He's getting Alonso in lap
Yeah.
15. None of us called it. To be fair, I said
Here we
lap
go.
0.
In the inside. There we go.
Right.
Lap 0.
Max is already P2. There we go.
Dang.
Shit, man. So it's man, that's crazy.
Wow.
So actually, wherever Red Bull start this season, man, they're gonna get 1-2s. That's kind of mad.
And now we're gonna see Verstappen. Yeah.
Especially if it's Max.
He's now
starting
got
at the pack.
how many laps has he got left? Almost 30 something to now just chase down Perez.
Yeah.
Absolutely
if-
mad.
if-
42 to go.
Couple moves, by the way. Hulkenberg just passed Bottas, and Albon is now behind Lewis. I'm sorry about that, Tommo. I apologise.
Get in there.
Didn't even notice that.
Get in there,
Not Lewis.
Albon.
Yeah, so with that pit guy, I believe he's one of the stabilizer guys who just holds the car so it doesn't rock too much.
Right, yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
guessing that's why he went like that.
Yeah, did he get clipped on his knee?
It looked like he got clipped on his knee, but I think
hope
probably
he's
just be
okay.
from the side pod. But also, it's not stupidly quick. It's
Yeah, I
just
suppose you're just starting, aren't you?
It's just
Yeah.
more of a bit of a nudge. Oh, that's a random helicopter.
Helicopter from a helicopter shot.
I think
How
that
mad is
said
that?
Doc Martin on it. Is that a random sponsored helicopter?
That's quite cool. Isn't
I
it?
think it said Doc Martin on it.
To be fair, when I went to Miami
Chipotle,
last year,
maybe.
they had random planes flying with like advertising on the back, just like down the beach.
Yeah.
There's little Cessnas with like
That's mad though.
randomly advertising stuff.
That's mad though. If someone has actually paid for a sponsorship from a helicopter, but then it's got in the flight path of the aerial TV
Yeah, that's what I
crew.
mean.
'Cause
Like
you don't
over
need
the
you don't
track
need,
as
you don't
well.
need to prove that because it's not near an airport, so they can just kind of fly wherever. That's mad if they were able to do that. Because
yeah, true. They wouldn't have to. Yeah, that's a good point.
Sponsors.
I don't know how like 15 laps and Max is already P2 now.
Mad. Fernando Alonso's sticking with him though.
Look, it's been quite exciting so far.
Been a good race,
Now,
yeah.
Perez Verstappen,
Also,
3.5 seconds between them.
Norris
think-
has also passed Piastri as well on track. So
mad.
that's some pure pace. That is.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is Lewis's move on Albon. We're starting to see a couple moves happening because a couple people have been pitting.
Yeah.
So Gasly's just come in, so he's out of sync now. That's the Hulkenberg.
Who's
Bottas
that ahead?
move as well.
Yeah.
Got the Hassan.
We didn't see many
Bottas,
overtakes
Verstappen.
into that corner last year, so it's
Yeah,
good
no.
actually be seeing sign to see that.
I think Checo was pretty much just managing like the first few parts of that first stint just because on the mediums they said like he's trying to go +5. So, yeah.
West Ham won 1-0 by the way.
West Ham!
Tommo's
West
upset.
Ham! For the boys! East Londoners!
De Gea shocker. I'll take that.
Lewis is loving it. Yeah, actually Newcastle as well. That saved Newcastle today.
How
What
are
a
you,
day.
man? You're welcome, Lewis. You're welcome. You're welcome, mate.
Now you're buying this Chipotle instead, mate.
Oh, he's buying me one, man.
No, that's what I meant.
Oh, here we go.
You know one thing I've just realised?
Yeah,
Go on.
it was.
So you know how you got your lovely setup here,
Yeah.
and it reflects into what's going on in the race and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only just dawned on me. Kind of looks like it's constant red flag session, like because I know like you can change it to like green and to like
It might as well be. With Charles Leclerc on track. Come on, Charles. He's still P6. He's making 7.5 seconds. Charles Leclerc's behind George Russell right now.
Yeah, he was stuck behind K-Mag for ages, isn't
And
it?
Ocon's within a second. Yeah, that Alpine Alpine race pace, not bad. I mean, Gasly's pitted now.
Alpine.
So he's down in P14.
Needs to hope he doesn't get stuck behind Stroll, Zhou, Tsunoda, Albon, and all them locks. They're all hard.
Verstappen's just edging away at that gap between him and Checo.
So fair play to Stroll, actually, because he started, what, 18th, 17th, 18th?
Yeah,
so he's now made it up to P13. Obviously, there is some pit stop tax you have to put into that. Pit stop tax, because he has, yeah.
Well, he's at the back of a train now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the problem. Once you get stuck at the back of a train, you're fucked, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Max was pretty good in FP1 when the track was pretty green. So I don't think I'm surprised to see him like basically cut through the way he's cut through.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm surprised we haven't actually seen any other. What was that you just hit?
Yeah, I was going to say, Lewis just got sprayed by something from the back of the
did they not? They didn't just hit a bird or something, did they?
Maybe.
Well, if so,
George
rest
Russell
in peace,
pits.
my driller. My driller. Shouts out to seagulls everywhere, man.
Pretty good stuff.
I'm pretty sure that might have
The
been.
best birds of any event based.
I think the population might have gone down by one there, though.
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, it looked like a bird, maybe like a war ball or
It
something.
might just been
but
sprayed, to be fair.
Yeah.
Russell and Leclerc.
Interesting.
both in.
Puncture of air.
Shit.
Interesting how they pitted Leclerc before Sainz, considering Sainz is ahead on track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you'd Sainz.
And Sainz could also quite easily get an undercut on Fernando Alonso.
But exactly.
But Sainz is still within a second of Alonso. So
He's less than that now.
Or maybe
dragging him along?
Yeah,
or-
maybe
not
it's just
back of
because Leclerc's got a bit more free track, so he can just gain up that time. Wherever as you pit Sainz now,
he might come out into traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Max still chipping away at that gap. 2.4 now.
That's
You know what?
closing
It does
quick.
work to his advantage because if there is a safety car and they both don't end up, stopping, he's on mediums and then Checo's ends
Yeah,
up on
true.
hard and last in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, the fact that he's catching him on the
hards.
slower tire anyway, sorry, is mad.
ridiculous in itself.
In a lot of situations, being the car behind does play in your favour.
Ooh.
Then you can act. Ooh,
You're the
Sainz is going
aggressor.
for
I
it.
was thinking about it. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, you can act. You can do whatever the opposite is of the car in front of you. right?
Exactly.
Yeah, which is Sainz is doing now by coming in.
Indeed.
Sainz,
big lockup.
Well, that's
He
got.
did not leave anything.
Guess he doesn't want those tyres anymore then.
He also definitely slowed down quite considerably after that. Don't even get a speeding ticket there. But
Well, you get done if you're 0.1 kilometre over as Ocon knows. So
wait, 1 kilometre? Is that it?
every
Oh,
you've got
0.1
allowed him
kilometre,
at
wasn't it?
every 0.1 of a kilometre you're over is
Extra £10.
well, yeah, it's like 100 or something.
right.
No, it's either 100 or 1,000 euros per.
There you go, mate.
Yeah.
So if
Here's a
you're like
20.
5 kilometres over, it's like £5,000 or something. I think it's
Fucking hell.
either £1,000 or 100 euros. I think so. But yeah.
Oh, Science got very
See what I mean?
fortunate
Yeah, so
there.
he's in traffic here at the moment.
No,
so
but
that's
no,
why.
it's just come out just ahead of
Just
that.
got out in front of Albon. That's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a.
I mean, he's
He's still got a few guys ahead of him.
He's got Hamilton and Hulkenberg there, but that's better than what it could have been.
How's Perez's
That
tyres looking?
left
Oh
front
my
is-
days.
Lister
that looks-
McGee.
Yeah, mate.
Oish.
Perez front left.
Yeah, because I remember the blistering here was bad last year, and I know they've resurfaced it between a new asphalt to make it less kind of not less grippy, but less like hard on the tyres.
Abrasive.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. It doesn't. It still doesn't look that good.
Depends. Sometimes you can drive through that, right? You drive through the grain, and then there's more performance underneath that.
Yeah.
You have to take a bit of short term.
Depends if it's
But I mean-
multi-grain or not.
All right, a little bit.
It's good cereals.
Like
Just
shredded.
saying.
all
shredded
grain.
Shout out your shreddies, man. Elite, man.
Where's my Weetabix at?
No, honestly.
Nah,
know what it is?
Weetabix is so dead.
Cornflakes. Do you rate cornflakes?
Cornflakes are sick.
Oh, all right.
What?
No,
There's
frosted
nothing
flakes.
going on.
What do you mean?
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's probably pause the cereal talk.
Go
Important
on.
things
Is
to talk
this science on
It
Hamilton?
is Science on Hamilton.
Down the
getting
inside.
issues.
Up the inside.
Nice.
He's got so much
nice.
more grip, obviously, so
He ate his frosted flakes this morning.
he's had his multi-grain, everyone. Good stuff. If you're Lewis, actually, that's kind of good because it might drag you past Hulkenberg.
Ben, what cereal are you backing?
It can't be caught. I'm sorry.
Weetabix, I'd say. Just the fiber. I like. And
You're too
I know it's
healthy.
I thought you were about to say
Too
just on its own, no milk, no sugar.
no, not just like the bar.
That's actually a criminal offence. Or just munching it. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's tapped.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
My old flatmate used to eat it with butter.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
It
the
was awful. I
what,
don't
as
know
if
why.
it was like toast.
Yeah, literally.
toasted?
It was absolutely
Wheat mix.
disgusting. People out there are like that.
man. What's
Put it in the toaster. Could you imagine?
People out there do that. That's disgusting,
So-
isn't it? It's really horrible.
Okay.
And I used to live with him. It was awful.
Red Bull are preparing a pit stop for Sergio Perez.
I mean, if Verstappen's 1.3, yeah.
Yeah, he's closing
Red Bull.
like.
Oh, Perez. Perez is just going to hold him now, aren't they? They're just going to be like, oh, here we
He's
go.
in. He's in.
Box.
Oh, sorry, we messed up the
Button
tyres, Perez. Oh, no.
Oh no! What? Oh, what? You wanted new tires? Mad. Oh,
Good pit
what?
stop. Come on, Red
We
Bull.
only brought fuel.
Looks all right.
Nice.
Looks all right.
Yeah, no pit stop.
We'll have to take
Two
the
points.
tinfoil hats off.
2.2.
Yeah, disgusting.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Get the tinfoil hats
The
on.
pit crew held up their end of the bargain.
By
So-
holding him up.
Excuse me?
Hey, science going past.
Science pass. Yeah, Hulk. Oh,
Science has been noted for speeding in the pit lane.
he definitely did. He definitely. If
Yeah.
he's been noted, then it's happened.
Carlos!
That's what you know. You know the penalties where
Carlito.
it's like, oh yeah, we're investigating. It's a wrap. As soon as they say they're
Yeah, you're
investigating,
right,
it,
you're
you
right.
are done.
Because all you need is the person with the speed gun being like, no, it's over, mate.
52, mate. Yeah.
How long of a discussion is that? Is it like,
Computer says no.
Yeah.
well, actually on my speedometer it says 25. I need to be doing 24.
The investigation is, did you have it the right way up?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Sorry.
Pick exit. Sorry, I'll go around that way. I don't know. That is not even a Miami accent. I don't even know.
That's
I don't know
not
what that
an
was, man.
accent ever. It's fine. It's fine. He's here on work experience from Koa.
Ocon P3. Gornesty.
Alpine.
Yeah, Max getting a bit of blistering green on the
Wow.
car.
What on the hards as well? That's mental.
Got
Nice
those
pick-up,
slow-mos.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, I think they're going for a one stop.
Both are. His pace right now will be important though. If he can match or like even surpass Perez's times on this stint, then he'll be able to overcome.
Here we
Obviously,
go.
the car gets.
Oh, Spice didn't go for that.
Oh, that
get
Mercedes
lighter.
is so damn draggy, man.
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
mad, isn't it? It's
It's
just
so
slow in a straight
terrible.
line.
It's because I haven't got his side pods.
Max complaining about his upshifts.
That's
They're
the
not very
silver
smooth.
bullet.
Apparently.
If we're being honest, like this honks from Mercedes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This really does. It stinks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tsunoda.
lovely little move
Oh
there.
no, Stroll!
Oh, okay, we're fine.
Very good.
Leave Alex alone.
That was
Stroll's
stressful.
playing some
Jesus
mad
Christ,
percentages.
Albon
He,
and
he
Stroll getting
pushed him to
very
the wall
close.
there. Whew. Go on, go on, go on.
Oh, George is involved as well.
Oh, crikey.
Joe Proctor, by the way, with a sensational idea. Personally, I'd get Max and Checo a lap down to make it fairer. At least we'd get a good battle till lap 40. And then they'd still win.
Like, I'm not like if Red Bull didn't exist, this would be a pretty
imagine
good
a sick
F1
race?
season.
Perez is going past Ocon.
Ocon.
I've said from time, like, no offense again to Red Bull, you smashed it in it, but let's just pretend they don't. We don't have to, like, I'm not contractually obliged to acknowledge their existence.
Yeah.
We can just say no.
For me, the regulations.
They're just a construct.
The regulations have done their job if the field spread is, 1.2 seconds in qualifying.
Yeah, facts.
Like, the field spread's done its job. It's just that Red Bull have nailed it. And
Yeah,
good for them.
it's not the fact of like, oh, Red Bull have done this, done that, or whatever. It's like, no, everyone else has just done really shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the,
Ferrari, Mercedes.
the clearest example of that is Mercedes. They chose to go
Ferrari, who
with,
both
with
taking
no
steps
side
backwards.
pod.
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember that tweet at the start of the year? You know that one from Puss in Boots, that scene where it's like there's him standing there like that, and then there's that. I don't know. I haven't watched the movie, but it's that this evil villain is standing behind, and he's like gets the paws up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you haven't seen it because
Nah, I don't. You.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's basically they were saying like, oh yeah, our car's gonna be sick.
Yeah. It's just,
It's a wrap. Yeah.
but like, it's the thing, like, if you go for a radical design like Mercedes have, and I understand why Toto is trying to double down to like, no, we're going to try to make it work. Carlos Sainz penalty.
Yeah.
As
I know
said,
you probably heard it in the
wrap.
No, literally.
it-
It's
oh,
just
5
sorry as well.
seconds.
Back in the day, it used to be drive-through, innit?
Drive-through, yeah.
I
yeah.
didn't
It was
realise
so
it was only
much
5
more
seconds
costly
now.
to do that.
Yeah.
maybe because it wasn't as much of a speeding in the pit lane as if it was like maybe over 10 kilometers or something.
Yeah,
essentially.
maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Russell's not happy. Front wing.
Well, I mean, how's he managed to break it then? He hadn't touched anyone. Oh, he's still going for it. Oh, that's Lewis, sorry, at the inside of Nico Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
George ain't happy.
Oh, and... Oh, fuck it. I thought
Oi,
we were about to get a replay then. Both Mercedes making a move at the same time.
That corner's getting a lot of action.
It is, man. Getting good value for money if you sat there.
Yeah.
That's a lie. It was probably very expensive.
Well, no, saying that, I saw someone who's sitting in the grandstands there, who's paid $3,000 for the ticket, and basically the big screen is blocked by the VIP bit in the middle. And they're literally like, this is rubbish because we physically can't actually now see the screen.
That's so bad.
Because on the middle bit of that corner where they're all making those overtakes, they've got like, sorry, someone's about to, Russell.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Stroll, what are you doing, mate? Fucking hell, you can't just put him into the wall, man.
Bit of a squeeze. I mean, George
right.
kind of put himself there as well, a little bit. I was kind of like, he's getting a move done easy here.
Can you show him the finger?
Purple sector 1, Sergio Perez. Still got pace on those hard tyres.
But yeah, so the inside bit where the VIP sort of mini harbour bit they've got there, they've now extended, I believe, the extra floor on top, so now it's fully blocking the actual screen for all the viewers who are in the grandstands, and it's just like it's such a shame. Like
speaking of people that are there, actually, one of my favourite genres of content this week has probably been people going to the Miami Grand Prix. Talk about it on TikTok and not actually knowing what a Formula One actually is. I think it's funny, man. I think it's jokes.
I didn't know about this
it's
until
like they're doing like this racing thing.
Well, you wouldn't have known about this because you were there last year. So clearly your aesthetic must have been now washed.
Exactly. Absolute fraud. No, it wasn't until Hannah, my lovely wife, mentioned it to me. She was like, you can see all these people getting dragged on. I think some beauty brand has sent loads of beauty influencers and people losing their mind over it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like people who are influencers, whether they're celebrities or otherwise, have been going to sporting events and not like for the experience.
I think LL Cool J and will.i.am just conducted the fucking orchestra at the start of the race, boys.
I think the biggest issue is where there's so many great Formula One content creators out there, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. I mean, I'm saying that as myself. And notably, we're looking at people who are getting invitations out to these events, and we're thinking, is that just because we're putting in so much work into this type of content, and then you're bringing out someone else who has no idea about the sport, doesn't know anything about it? And I guess it's I can understand it from our perspective of like, why aren't we allowed to go out there? But then from the team's perspective, they're probably just looking at more just the numbers and what have you.
And you're branching out to different audiences as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Sending someone like any of us, the value that they're getting is nothing compared to sending someone who's not affiliated with F1, but their audience, potentially, if 1% of this random beauty influencers audience might be interested in F1, you've got brand new fans now.
Exactly.
Like everyone who watches our stuff,
they all watch F1.
They're into F1 anyway.
Like if I got to go out to the Miami Grand Prix, I know I'll be making like 4 to 5 videos in the paddock there, but I'm not bringing any value to Formula One as a commercial product.
Don't be so harsh on yourself, Matt.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Even if no value, Amos.
Even if I was to be invited out by an F1 team, I know I probably won't be bringing like what they want in terms of huge numbers.
You're not bringing new fans.
Yeah, but obviously for the return on investment that I'm going to be getting as a content creator is huge, and I think that's where the main issue is. Where, like, for a lot of people, and I do agree with this. You've seen so many it's determining it from a content creator to an influencer. Like loads of influencers have been invited out here who don't know the sport or anything. But then there's a load of content creators who are like, well, I'm also doing the same kind of videos on the same platform, and mine's dedicated to that correct audience. But I guess it's just up to the teams really, rather than Formula One themselves.
Yeah, there's pros and cons, I guess.
Yeah,
to it, to be fair.
Because I mean, again, to me, it's influencer or celebrity. Like it's someone with a big audience, and whether it's like if I don't know, The Rock turns up, no one's like grilling him on like F1. And I think influencers are held to different standards because it's this more like accessible route to growing a platform.
Yeah.
And so, but actually I look at these beauty influencers are invited no differently to any of the other celebrities you see Martin Brundle talking to who are just there, don't really know. I mean, Tim Cook, when he had the flag and he's just like there.
Robot,
He didn't give a fuck about
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it's no different as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But I just say stuff is kicking off.
Here we go. Now it's Grand Prix. Off.
Yeah. So Fernando Alonso has now pitted. He's now behind Carlos Sainz because of the undercut that the Ferrari got, but he is right on back of him.
Right on his chuff.
He might actually game after this DRS.
Gasly's making moves back through the order as well. He's just passed Stroll, who is now complaining on the radio about lack of pace.
Out of turn 16 is so important because that, if Sainz can basically, keep getting a good drive runs,
He's got a sick run out of there, to be fair.
he'll keep him at bay.
Go on for a second.
Sainz is getting a little bit of slipstream from that Alpine ahead of him as well.
Yeah.
But Alonso's right there with him. Come on, mate. Go into T1. Come on.
Alonso and Sainz have had a few little tangles, haven't they, over recent seasons?
Go on. He's closing in. He's going for it.
He is.
Alonso's thinking about it. Cut back, maybe.
Try and get the run out.
It's very close. That sort of back-to-back DRS that you get from the back straight to the front straight is actually quite sick in the level of like, if you don't quite get it done the first time, you've genuinely got a really good chance the second time. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. And we cut away to a replay.
Nice.
Cool.
George Russell, is this on Sonoda?
That's a good move.
Sonoda.
That's a very good move.
Was it?
I thought we were a lot closer to the corner. I thought we were a hell of a lot closer to the corner.
DRS
why are we just
overtake?
looking at the? Why would you just get a random shot at the gravel?
The
Then?
asphalt.
That was weird. What was that? What was that? It was just a random shot.
I think it was static, wasn't it?
That was a really good overtake.
Alonso up the inside.
Oh,
There we go.
Fernando.
Lovely. Yeah, no, I thought they were a lot closer to the corner. And I was like, where's the corner now? Where's the corner now? There it is.
El Plan.
Very good. Very good.
No, isn't it different now?
Is it Le Plan?
What is it now?
Le Pen.
I can't remember what Alonso's. It's not El Plan anymore. Is
Blank
it?
space by Taylor Swift.
Chat. What is it? I can't
People
remember.
still joking about that.
Oh God.
Even though he's.
Did you see? I posted that picture of Checo and Kim Kardashian on Twitter.
Yeah.
And loads of people thought it was like fake or like they were actually a thing.
Bro, like,
Albon's not happy.
Yeah, I think he's been told to push a lot more than he actually wants to.
Is that Alex?
Alex Albon, yeah.
I've got
Mate.
nothing left.
Mate, Piastri's 8 seconds now from Norris. So just goes to show that it's not just Ricciardo who has that.
right, is it? Right.
I was waiting for that.
You know what? I think you should make a video about that.
You might like my video coming up this week, Matt.
I think you should make a new video about comparing Ricciardo to Piastri.
Maybe it's already in the
there.
works, Matt. Maybe I told you about that before we started filming.
No, you didn't.
Not. Anyway,
Next question.
Football videos.
Games on that. George Russell is sniffing Nico Hulkenberg, by the way.
that's one way of putting it.
Like, outrageously, like it's like
I can smell the Chipotle.
it's like George, bro. Like calm down, man. Take him out to dinner.
Maybe. Oh, you can smell the smell.
You can smell the smell.
I've never had a Chipotle before. Actually.
Never.
They're very
I don't
nice.
think I have.
Nice, man. It's good.
Other burrito brands are available.
Oh, Russell's up the inside.
What a baggy move again.
He's done it again. He done it.
Wow.
And no one's cheering.
Yeah, ain't it?
Wow. Okay.
Checo's asking about Max's pace. So
He's not gonna be happy
keeping
when he
tabs
hears it.
on his teammate, his old Checo.
Yeah, Verstappen hasn't pit yet, has he?
Nah, he's still rocking.
16 seconds
motoring.
between Perez and Verstappen now. How long pit stop in Miami are we talking?
Isn't it like 18 or something?
I think it's set to like 17 seconds.
Oh, wow, okay.
Quite quick, actually.
Yeah.
It's a short pit lane, I guess. So.
Oh, I need to grab some water.
That's the thing, yeah. Perez needs to close this gap because Max is going to have fresh mediums later, isn't he? So.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Niran's getting a shout. And what's
actually
Joe
close.
saying?
Yeah, so I was actually close to becoming a professional footballer and F1 driver until his ACL gave out at age of 2.
Bro, it's always the ACL.
It's always the ACL, man.
ACL.
No, genuinely, it's the ACL, man. It was both of them as well.
And we
Both
also
ACL. I would have been back if it was
Bro's
just
in a
one of them,
wheelchair.
but both of them.
What were you doing at 2?
Well.
What were you doing at 2 years old to do your ACL, Niran? That's what I want to know.
I think. So basically, yeah.
I probably couldn't walk at 2.
Yeah, so you know what it is? You know when you're in the trolley when you're a kid, you know in the back of the trolley you've got a little bit where you can sit. I got out, I hopped out and I did my ACL then. Alonso passed Ocon.
Lovely.
His comments, by the way, about Alpine and free practice were hilarious.
So
man.
funny.
He's so sarcastic.
Let them have this. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, free practice is like all they care about. Like this is their moment. I was
Alonso
like, fucking hell, bro.
is the pettiest driver
1,000
on the grid.
so here for it.
Ever.
It's
so
good.
sick, man. But he's like unique with it every time.
Yeah,
like his
yeah.
actual comedic sort of like, it's genuinely
It's
really
genius.
good, man.
Ooh, interesting. Wind's picking up. 7.2 kilometers an
Bare
hour
wind
down.
and
Now
that.
everyone's going to be smelling that Chipotle.
Man, we're actually getting free tacos, bro. This is going to be great.
Pit windows are starting to open as well.
Who? Oh, yeah, shit.
Hard tires.
Pit windows.
You said kit window for a second.
Pit windows.
Get your
When
shin
I'm
pads out.
cleaning windows. Do you remember that tune? Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, back when I was
Long
cleaning
time.
windows, man.
Yeah.
I was out here.
So you were football, surgeon, cleaning windows.
Yeah. All with the ACL.
Multifaceted.
All with the ACL, man. It was tough.
Yeah.
Tough out here.
It's looking good for Max, isn't it? He's
Yeah.
actually Perez is marginally closing that gap. But it's pretty much static, isn't it? 15.5 seconds.
Those
Yeah, he's
guys are
got to bring it
climbing
down.
turn 5 quite a lot. I was going to say, like, the FA haven't really picked up on track limits yet.
Not yet. Maybe there is time for that though.
We just
Gaps
loud.
are so big though already.
Well, I mean, it is between the Red Bulls, and then that's kind of it, I feel. Like,
Yeah.
after that, it's actually like, and then you've got Piastri as well.
So yeah, like Alonso's like 26 seconds from the leader, and he's third. That must be so weird to have on track. And Sainz has gone past Ocon.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't actually
Yeah,
paying
yeah,
attention to that. I was actually, I was genuinely looking at position graph, and I was looking at McLaren and just in a severe state of depression. Basically, is what was
It's not good, Brev.
Not looking good.
not looking good, Brev.
What's Verstappen saying?
Oh, Max is free to lean on the tyres more, apparently.
Oh, what's
Oh,
the
there's
What is
something
that?
in the. Is that like a wombat or something?
not another bird.
Wombat.
Why would a
No.
wombat be there?
Why
Aren't
not?
they Australian?
It's Miami, bruv. Like, there's some mad animals in Miami. Isn't that where like
Like
everyone owns?
alligators,
like
mate,
an
Manchester
armadillo?
saying, yeah. It's more like an alligator or something.
If
Or
it wasn't for the knee injury, he could have beaten Max in 2022 and 2021.
You know it.
And 2021. It would have been a three-way title fight, you know.
You know.
It's Yusufu in the ass.
With
I'm
Simon
blocked.
Williams.
I'm blocked. I can't drive fast.
The FW14B. That's what you would have targeted.
W14B.
Throwback. What do we think of the helmet designs? I think Lando's beach ball.
Lando is
banger.
clearly the best one.
Banger.
I think.
I mean, he's the only one who tried.
He is.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
in
else
terms of,
just did the
doing
basic.
something- yeah.
Miami
Yeah.
I
copy
think like
paste.
Albon's would have been better if he didn't put like the grass texture on the bottom and just had it as a clean golf ball.
Yeah.
I think that ruined it for me.
Yeah. Try hear that.
But then everyone else just went for like the Miami.
We
sort
had
of, like,
Miles on, didn't we? We had him on the last lap. We designed both
Yeah,
of those.
yeah,
So
yeah,
shout out
yeah.
Miles if you're watching.
But like I think the rest of them are basically like the floral like Hawaiian kind of shirt, and I think like it's kind of a bit basic after a while because then it just looks a bit too busy.
Yeah.
I think the more simplistic ones like Lando completely absolutely nailed it.
beach ball
especially-
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's just jokes.
Because you got the like little ripples in it, which makes it look really.
Simple
Yeah.
but effective.
Yeah.
Pictures as well for it on Insta, where it's like his head's just replaced by the actual
Yeah,
beach
it's
ball.
perfect.
Yeah.
So cool. It's so sick.
We've got a bit of Mercedes potential team orders here. Lewis has been given a message to not hold up George Russell.
Slow button on.
And there is 1 second between them currently.
Here we
Got
go,
a little
yeah.
bit of a train
about to
here.
Yeah.
They're on different strategies, and he's about 6/10 a lap quicker, is George. So, yeah, you've got
Let's not hold each other up.
to get out of the way, son. Move over.
Well, them saying let's not hold each other up. How much of that is? What does that mean? Let's not hold each other up.
It means driver in front, let the driver behind.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like, listen, boss, if you
Get
don't get out of the way,
If
I'll
you get
slap
if
you.
you get a good exit, don't bother trying to defend it. Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
let it
yeah.
happen.
I mean,
But don't
Let it happen.
don't do a Gasly and purposely go off the circuit and then let two people through.
Yeah. Or do a Gasly and put your teammate in the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Ouch. Yeah,
Mad
that
thing.
hurts.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Joe's in the pits. Pick up Joe
who?
Guanyu. Oh, Hamilton radio. Lewis says he can go by, but I'm not backing off.
I thought you said backing up then. I was like, that seems a bit inappropriate. Lewis, he's backing it up.
But like, what? Yeah,
How does that
why is Hamilton
work
saying that
then?
though? He hasn't pit yet, and Russell's on newer tyres. So
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused by that.
I don't know
What do
how,
you mean? What, as in what Lewis said?
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I guess from Lewis's point of view, though, it's like he doesn't.
Okay, well,
there we
he
go.
has let him
Well,
through. There you go.
simple.
Okay.
He backed it up.
Yeah, team were like, no, shut up, mate. Let him pass. He's on newer tyres.
You're on quite literally different strategies, and you're not
Yeah.
racing anyone right now. So
True.
Oh, you won some championships before. Doesn't matter.
oh,
I'm kidding.
tell him how it is.
Oh,
Get him cancelled.
go on, Avis. Thank you
Russell
very
said.
much. Much appreciated from George Russell.
And said, "God save the king" at the end.
It's just the radio. It's just.
It's just him like, I pledge allegiance to King George.
Britannia.
Oh God, Toto looks
Jesus
angry.
Christ.
They're sponsored by Bose, aren't they?
That shot from the guy behind was
that
awful.
was mental. Yeah.
Mate.
Was that a mad shot?
Oh, dear.
We've got what? Sainz second and a half behind Alonso. Alonso gap to Perez 13.5 seconds. And that Perez Verstappen gap has not really changed at all, which is not good for Checo.
Ocon's going to the final lap again, by the way, lads. I can feel it in my bones. First time was so nice.
in my finger.
As a bit of a different one, real quick, I do want to put some focus onto Piastri and Sargent here. Like, Zhou and De Vries have both pit.
Oh, what just happened? Oh, that has to got a problem, no? Or did you just make a mistake?
Oh,
Right, no, you're right.
What just happened?
That looks like a hassle issue.
Magnuson.
That AlphaTauri just like breezed past him.
Yeah,
halfway through the corner.
yeah.
But I was literally looking at the side.
Wait, now we're going side by. What
Outside
how's
of
What's
Yes.
going on? Right, we've got Gasly versus Stroll.
I mean, this race brings overtakes, Matthew Amos. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Been
my
like
lord.
constant overtakes, bruv.
Gasly versus Stroll still. Magnussen's... Hang on, Stroll hasn't pitted, has he?
No, he hasn't.
No.
Yeah, no, he's out of sync. So Gasly's just trying to get through this pack.
Yeah.
Hulkenberg must have just made a mistake then, gone
Must
wide.
have done, yeah. Because I was looking to see if he's slowing up or anything, but then,
No. He just got back into the
The thing is, these hards are going well. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the middle range, aren't they?
Yeah.
C2 to 5. And 34 laps in, Max has still got fastest lap on the hard
right, is
side.
anyone going to go into this final corner?
Oh,
No.
no, we're all good.
Yeah, like I was saying before, though, like,
Yeah, I was about to say, go back to
Piastri and Sargent, like, they're not having a good one here, considering
Hulkenbox?
they had considering they pit quite early, but like,
Yeah, I would say Sargent's is slightly different because he obviously had the front wing change.
Yeah.
And he came out really far back. I don't know whether they botched that pit stop at all.
Yeah, it's still
because he was
seven-
like 20 seconds behind the McLarens when they first pitted as well.
Yeah,
so
he's
he's just
still
been miles
exceptionally
off them the whole time. Piastri will be disappointed because he's now
well, yeah, because,
17, 18 seconds off Lando.
Yeah, he pit and he was ahead of Lando, and now he's like, he's almost 5.
But we've not seen that at all this year. We've not seen Norris really gap Piastri in the race anyway. Not like this.
It's probably
So
the first time. Yeah.
I do wonder why.
Yeah. But the thing with Sargent, that you might have a bit of damage to the diffuser from the De Vries contact.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Science passed Ocon, by the way, up into P4, mate.
There we are.
Mate, Fernando Alonso's getting a podium again. I can't believe this.
Leclerc's still
Yeah, I was wondering what's up with him, man.
Leclerc?
Yeah.
He's
P12.
washed, man.
He's too scared.
The car's jumping all over the place. That's because you've
That'd be why then, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because they had to rebuild it because
It
you
was
went into the
jumping all-
barrier,
It
mate.
was jumping all over the place off circuit yesterday.
Oh yeah, 'cause you guys would get a new gearbox in, didn't they?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was outside of his allocate. Oh, well.
Oh no,
he has enough.
It's
inside,
yeah, it's in
Yeah,
his
right, okay,
allocation,
fair.
so he's able to do it. Basically, he's just having flashbacks to Monaco, where he didn't do that and he couldn't start the race.
Lesson learned.
Fairs, yeah.
Yeah.
So Yuki Tsunoda P8. I see you,
on,
Yuki.
Yuki.
I see you. I see you up there, although he hasn't pitted yet. So
Anyone want to talk about how McLaren said their upgrades would be better at this
Yeah,
track?
man. Ugh. It's frustrating.
Ooh, someone's getting their P45.
I mean,
And is it the big one?
they got rid of Key, and these upgrades were a product of Key.
It's because they couldn't get in the door.
I was waiting for someone to make a pun, and you delivered, mate. Thank you. It wasn't the best.
It was a bad delivery.
It wasn't the best. It was a Hermes.
Like their
level
car.
delivery. So yeah, it's going to take time for the new system. What they've got, David Sanchez coming at the end of the year. haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Changed up the management. Andrea Stella's like new version of McLaren's going
principal.
to take a while, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously structural changes typically take a while to, come to fruition. So it's the same with Russell as well. I feel like people get on him a lot.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah, no, he's literally just...
he's literally
got
just
there.
started, exactly.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. He's just trying to sort out the shit show that it is at the moment.
That- yeah,
and
they got
it's-
themselves
That's
in.
completely fair. I think with McLaren, it's more of sort of like a... You actually kind of go back and think, man, how bad was Seidel now? I'm kind of like
yeah.
It does make me
questioning that
question
because,
Seidel. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like this car is a result of the last group of individuals that run in the
Exactly,
team,
yeah.
not this set. Like Andrea Stella's
Well,
not our
actually,
fault.
saying that though, but we are like the one thing we've seen this season is that they're like Norris and Piastri have kind of like, oh, sorry, we're going to move it. from
George
Russell.
Ocon there. Lovely stuff.
So like this season, we have seen like Norris and Piastri's kind of performance kind of been a bit more similar, but they are towards the back of the grid. Whereas last year, although Ricciardo was pretty much towards the back of the grid, we saw Norris normally around the top 10, if not even further up. So that's where Lando was fully capitalizing on that package. So I do think during Seidel's time, Norris was getting the most out of it and the car was performing well. However, now I do feel like, this season it's not really gone that way. Maybe they've just stuck with the same package.
Well, the whole reason that Zach kind of enforced the changes was because he felt the development direction wasn't going quick enough relative to the pack. It's all relative. Everyone's car is better than it was this time last year.
Exactly.
But it's how much have you improved? And if Williams have been like the second most improved car, like up there with Red Bull. From 12 months ago. So it's, Williams were completely out of the equation last time and AlphaTauri were nowhere. And now you've got, Tsunoda, 2 P11s, 2 P10s, and he's running P8 in this race. So all these other teams catch up. If McLaren can't keep that pace, that momentum, then they're going to get, because it's so close now.
Can I just say something really quickly? I just saw a message of it just then, and I was about to say it. I think Piastri might have a problem, because he only got overtaken by De Vries like 2 laps ago, and he's already 7 seconds behind.
But
so he has to have some kind of issue.
He must have an issue.
Yeah. Also, come on, Leclerc.
Perez and Verstappen swapping fast.
There we go.
At the minute.
No more burritos.
Shit. Nah, because there's still people to pit. Tsunoda and Stroll are still out. And Lewis as well.
Tsunoda's pitting now. Tsunoda's pitting now.
We might. Oh, go on.
Oh,
get me that Chipotle.
Go on, Kevin.
Bro, Magnuson is on.
See, when there's something on the line of free burritos, this is how you get fans involved.
Go on,
honestly,
young Santa.
Give K-Mag a quesadilla and he's sorted. Honestly, this is great. Fucking hell.
To be fair,
there's a new man.
Let me show you the plate of Chipotle he was eating, because
it's in his cockpit, isn't it?
It's like all salad.
Wait,
that's the only thing
this is Russell on sites. Russell's gone for it on sites.
Oh shit!
He's over. Yeah, 4th.
George passed Sainz.
That was a sick move.
I can't believe we were laughing about.
we were just talking about salad.
George
is actually doing proper commentary in the background.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben, for holding it together.
Thank you. Yeah,
it's all salad.
Leclerc versus Magnuson again. There's no time to look at salad, honestly.
But it's all salad.
Go on.
Bloody
He's
hell.
eating a bowl of salad.
Living up now.
That's all you need, though. This is the fuel that you need. You need pure salad.
Yeah, man.
Pure salad.
That vegan diet.
It might be some salad. Look.
Pretty good, man. I'm there. I'm here for it, man. I might get one after.
Come on, Kevin.
He's not holding it here. Charles going at him again down into the hairpin.
Oh, I'm just.
Okay.
This is one thing I think I haven't seen that much. You haven't seen many drivers do proper defending, like where a lot of the time they just let the driver kind of do it.
These two are the only ones that have been doing it.
These are the only ones
where
he's proper like moving over to the side, like no, you're gonna have to.
I mean, this is a wrap. Like he was so close. To be fair. Lewis in, by the way,
Lewis
finally.
Leclerc gets the move done.
Lewis got a recovery job here because he's going to come out behind. Yeah, he's behind Bottas. He's behind Albon.
It's basically where he
has to make
started.
some moves, man. Yeah, literally. He's going to have to make some moves.
I think he just got taken by Tsunoda.
Yeah, Tsunoda almost clipped him on the way through.
So Hulkenberg has just set the fastest lap on a new set of mediums of the whole Grand Prix. So
that has sick 1-lap pace.
Yeah.
Like Hulkenberg, I mean, he got unlucky in Q2, getting knocked out, but sheesh, like throughout the whole qualifying session, he was.
What was the race that Hulk qualified really high up? That was earlier this year, wasn't it? Which one? Was it Australia? Or I can't remember.
No.
But it's not the first time, and not including Magnussen in Brazil, because that was a little bit of an outlier because of the weather. But yeah, like you say, I think over a lap, which I guess you could say the same about Ferrari. And it's the same.
I think it was Jeddah.
Jeddah, yeah. It's the same architecture as the Ferrari. They share more parts with Ferrari than AlphaTauri do with Red Bull. So 1-lap pace. It's a good thing for both of them. Just you don't get any points for 1 lap, do you?
No, that's a good overtake from Russell. That was very late. Was a good overtake from Russell. That's how we roll.
George, you had to make it lame, didn't you?
He's never beaten the Tory allegation.
Legit.
Such a conservative.
That's why I like going back and listening to like Ricciardo's old radios when you like used to overtake. You'd be like, "Get it, girl, get it." Woo! whoa! And then just with like Russell, it's just a bit. It's like the most
you know what?
British person.
He's a
ever.
By Jingo.
Yeah, but he's a character. You know what I mean? Like, I love that so many of these drivers now. I'm sure they always have been, but they're proper characters, aren't they? They've all got their own unique personality. They're all unique perspective.
I feel like it's hard to say cool things in a British accent.
Yeah, it is.
Unless you have like
British
a
accent as well.
like a street British accent. It's like
We are fundamentally lame.
You can. Man said lame. 17 seconds, by the way. Like Sergio's actually, I suppose, lost time, hasn't he? Since we last
he's
looked
now
at that.
lost time.
He has.
Yeah.
And Max Verstappen wins. He's actually got a pit stop, hasn't he? It's
What a
literally,
surprise! Yeah, exactly that.
it is 17
a
seconds.
free pit stop, basically. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Almost.
Max is looking good.
this is on his old teammate.
Oh.
There we go. Come on, this is what I'm talking about,
Yes.
Bottas. Actually defending. Like,
Of course, he's waited till he's not actually Lewis's teammate.
But this is what I'm on about, though, where clearly
That's
you've
good,
got a
though,
car
no,
which is
facts.
faster, so you're going to just make his life hell.
Yeah,
like,
might as well, man.
Yeah.
You just do it for principle more
just,
than anything.
My mind goes back to when it was like Checo defending from Hamilton
Abu Dhabi.
in classic Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Because Hamilton was clearly faster, but he was just making his life even worse. Like, look at that, he's purposely going to the inside.
Yeah, I rate it, man. You've got to
It's
do that.
great. Like, look here, like Bottas isn't faster, but he's just making his life so hard.
Oh, lovely switchback.
Ooh,
Nice.
lovely move, Lewis Hamilton.
Very good.
Makes sense.
And I
but,
think he'll get DRS.
One hard racing.
Yeah, I love that.
Turkey was
Lewis
another
Lewis
one
get
from
DRS? Yeah, he
Checo.
does. Lewis gets
yeah.
DRS to hold the position. Piastri's apparently got a brake issue.
Ah, okay.
So that'll do it, to be fair.
And that's why
That
it's
will
10
do it.
seconds off the back of Nick de Vries now. Youch. Never mind.
It's been a good run. He's had a good innings. Do you know what I mean?
Matt's got a magic glass of water. Oh, look at that.
A bottle of water.
Water.
As Tommo would say.
Lovely jubbly.
Sorry, my
Scintillating.
voice was getting quite
He was in the bin.
quite
Losing
not
it.
as nice as your voice. Is I need to protect
You
mine as much as I can to get to your level.
Max is opening that gap now to Checo.
Oh yeah, it is done. Like he's gonna come out in front of him and on the soft tire.
Yep.
Or the softer tire.
Yeah, I mean, he could probably carry on with these hards for a bit longer, couldn't he?
Yeah, man.
That is some robotic levels of consistency. Though.
It is though, isn't it? Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I remember there was some a graphic that F1 posted after Mexico 22,
Yeah.
and Max's lap times. It was like something stupid, like 3/10 max.
Yeah,
Like every
Single lap
from the start
bro.
to the end. It was,
so precision, doesn't it?
it's insane.
And this
It's
is what
like
I
he
mean.
can just type it in before he starts the lap and then just do it. Yeah. It's nuts.
To expect over the course of a 23 race season for Checo to be able to hang with a driver capable of that.
Could I just say this? I was literally just about to say this is one of those races that makes you go, I don't know if Sergio can really do that. And I know it's just track dependent sometimes, but like to be slower than Max on better tires consistently to the point where he's now going to come out a whole pit stop. He's got a whole free pit stop. Is like.
Yeah,
Well, Max has just done a purple sector 1 as well.
Yeah, and he's been on these tires since the start.
We're looking at what is Adrian Newey wearing on his head.
That doesn't belong on his
terrible,
head.
He's got the Miami Heat sort of get me.
I think I just saw. I thought I saw Max just lock a little bit there. But yeah, like this is the main thing. We got to remember, like Verstappen was starting P9, Perez was literally leading the race, and now we're lap 42, and Verstappen is ahead. Yes, with a free pit stop by 18 seconds, and he's probably most likely after his pit going to be ahead of him. It's like that is just insane. Oh, it was obviously
demoralising. I feel as if you.
it's one thing to be like, it's obviously on Perez not being as good, but also it's just down to Verstappen just being
Max is
absolutely
just that good.
unbeatable.
He's just that good.
It's brilliant.
He's just like, because we've seen like Checo's driving out of his skin at the minute. Like he's in a very good place in himself, but sometimes you just encounter these drivers who just have that extra bit that
As you say, different gravy.
exactly
different gravy, not
You think
Bisto.
exactly.
Max is a bit of like a career killer. I'm not even a bit. I'd agree. I'd say with chest. That he's a career. I mean, look at Albon and Gasly.
Not against Ricciardo, but that's because his car kept breaking down.
Well, didn't Ricciardo kind of run away from that fight?
Yeah.
Christian Horner said.
Did it kind of bottle it a bit?
Oh, not in 2018, because he had 5 retirements, which wasn't his fault. It was due to the car.
I'm just quoting Christian Horner. I'm just quoting Christian Horner.
Do you have anything to say back to that, Tom?
I was just quoting Christian Horner, so I don't have a apple in this fight. That's not even the term.
Don't even come for me. Don't even try. I've got all the excuses in my head.
He's got all the ammo.
Of course I do. He's my favourite. And he doesn't even race in it anymore. He's just racing little speedboats with Yuki Tsunoda. He can't even race with the normal Red Bull guys anymore.
Chucked him in the water. That was jokes, man.
That was good.
He's not even doing activations with the actual Red Bull drivers. Now the B team.
What do we think? What do you think about the idea of a Ricciardo replacing De Vries mid-season, Matt? As a Ricciardo fan, do you think that would be a good move for him if De Vries continues to underperform? And I mean, he's not doing a great job relative to Yuki right now.
I'm not too sure. I mean, from Ricciardo's standpoint, he's very much said he doesn't want to come back into the sport unless it's with one of the top three. So I'm thinking he's basically just wanting it to be like the second seat back at Red Bull. But does
getting in an AlphaTauri and doing well for the second half of this year put him... Because he's coming off of a really, poor period at McLaren. If he was coming off the back of, when he left Red Bull, he was that was a real coup for Renault getting him. Real coup for McLaren getting him from Renault as well.
Though, I think what this season is what he was actually wanting is a proper break. And, Red Bull have obviously been working with him to try and regain his confidence and get back to his original driving style, which did him so good. And I think him to do an AlphaTauri for like half the season, I don't think, one, that's really fair on De Vries because this is his first proper full season. But
this is Red Bull, remember?
True, but also I don't think that's what Ricciardo needs at the moment. So then go to a completely new team. Yes, it's connected by Red Bull, but not really. And again, having to change his driving style for currently a team which is at the moment is not even near the top 10. And I just not what Ricciardo is trying to do. And nor does he want to put his legacy a bit like that either. So I think he's going to just stick it out, basically.
What do you reckon, Ben? Do you reckon it would do more harm than good to Ricciardo? Or do you think it's an opportunity for him?
His journey is kind of like the classic thing you would look at to show how cutthroat Formula One is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when they had the hybrid engines in 2014, they changed the regs, and he was basically like Vettel coming off of 4 championships, winning 4 championships in a row. Like he literally blitzed him basically, and was always there whenever Mercedes.
But he won 3 races.
3 races that year: Hungary, Belgium, and what was the other one? Canada. That was his first win.
That was it.
Yeah. So and then obviously progressed, and then Max came in, and the team dynamic kind of changed from there. But I don't know. I feel like Ricciardo does belong at the front, but he's not got many options, and he kind of has to look at himself and say, the current situation, is what it is. I should just accept, that I'd probably be better off driving in Formula One with a more.
Well, Magnuson took the step back and decided, actually, no, I miss it. Even
exactly,
talking around at the back,
it wasn't really his decision, though. You've got to remember Magnuson with that one.
Exactly, true.
That wasn't his decision to leave or to come back, really.
It's a difficult one for me because I think I think he will stick by his guns and be sort of like, I only want to come back if I've got a top seat available. But I just really don't know if that's beneficial for him. He doesn't have to worry about being forgotten because he's Daniel Ricciardo. He's not going to be one of those. It's not a situation of Mick Schumacher's out of Formula One for 2 years and then he'll just kind of get maybe cut adrift or whatever. He's Daniel Ricciardo. That's not going to happen. But in terms of just general sharpness, you want to be in cars. You want to be racing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Doing something.
Yes.
You don't want to go 2 years and then go, well, I'm back now, or whatever.
Exactly,
you kind of lost that edge.
I think that's why this is only his first proper season out of it. And this is why Red Bull are going to be doing developments with him. We're also going to remember he is going to be driving the Red Bull car. He's going to be doing the Pirelli tyre test with the team and also doing the shakedown sessions as well. So he will be getting some decent run-ins granted only for a handful of days basically. But the main reason, he's wanting to, because he said he could have gone to Haas. He had the offer come through and he didn't want to do that. So he had the option to drive with another team, but he just needed that mental reset. And you've got to remember that was the main reason why he originally left Red Bull in the first place.
If you're a team principal and you see, Fernando Alonso available, you can pretty much guarantee what driver you're going to get.
Yeah.
As Verstappen is about to come into box. Let's watch that. Because this is big pit stop now for Red Bull.
It's a big one, and I think it's going to be a big depressing one for Sergio when he sees Max coming in.
Left was a bit slow one.
It was all like 3.1.
Left was a bit slow.
That's stinky by.
Oh no, I think Perez has got it. Yeah, no, Perez has got him here.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Come on, Checo. Come out ahead. At least give us something.
Yeah, he's done him. Yeah, Perez
Oh my God. Have we got a race?
Checo is ahead.
Oh, we've at least got a race, ladies and gentlemen.
That pit
Only
stop
11. I mean,
cost him.
I say only 11 laps. He's not that far
Max
away.
is on
but
media.
Okay.
So how long was that then? Was that 21 seconds then? Normally it comes up with a graphic and it didn't show it then.
Yeah, it didn't.
It was about 18 and a half seconds before they pitted, and now Perez is 1.5 ahead of Max.
Yeah, so
Max is going to be driving.
even with that, even if that had been a 2.1, he still would have come out behind. To be fair, so
Do you reckon that was?
Well, it was 3.1, wasn't it? And 2.1 was
Sergio's,
and he's
tires
a second.
Your tyres are freezing cold anyway.
Yeah, true. He's over a second behind, so he would have been behind still.
I think it just depends on how much, because I mean, Max was still putting in fastest laps on those hard tyres right towards the end. So how much quicker is the? I mean, Hulkenberg was putting fast. I mean, Stroll's got fastest lap right now in P15 on a medium.
I mean, yeah, Verstappen's just going to get.
So it is the quicker tyre.
1.2 now. Yeah, those tyres warmed up.
Past.
Yeah, it feels like an inevitability.
It's going to be a simple, boring overtake, basically.
Yeah.
No, don't say that. It's going to be.
I'm trying to jinx it.
Okay, sorry about that. I didn't realise that was your intention.
It's going to be the most. It's going to be the most boring overtake we've ever seen.
That you've ever seen in your life. There's arguably it won't even
zero
happen.
drama.
Do you know what I mean?
I reckon there'll be no coverage of it on the TV as well.
Cut to Lance Stroll.
Big up Tiernan with the super chat as well. Checo needs the spike strip from Need for Speed Hop Pursuit.
Absolutely.
Facts.
I like your version,
just puts the
Tiernan.
spikes out.
Tiernan for Stefano.
Yeah.
Switch it up.
Facts. Little banana.
Get Tiernan in charge.
Banana
Yeah?
peel.
The red shell, blue shell. Mario Kart.
Saying that, here's one for you boys. It's something I've been thinking about recently because they've been changing about the whole DRS zones and like if they think DRS is actually any good or anything like that. Do you think we should just bin off DRS zones and just let the drivers control their own rear wing whenever they want?
I think
Curse system, like when they could just do it when they liked.
I think active aero is part of the future of F1 as Max is getting very close to that.
Because I reckon, because then it's really down to the driver. Yes, obviously the driver's having to do more with the wheel, but also get with the times. You can do that. I think
just active aero is a solution to not needing DRS as it is, because then dirty air is less of a problem if you've got active aero. Max is all over.
He is pushing him through this car park, mate. But then you can absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Here we go.
Surely, in the slipstream.
This is going to be so easy. He's Perez.
Although he's not gaining too much. I mean, he'll be good on the braking.
At least defend the inside.
He's defending the inside. Go on, Sergio.
Here we go.
Forcing a little bit wide. The cutback is going to be scintillating. Yeah,
it's going to be straight to turn one.
On the apex to have any chance there, I think.
No, Max has got him.
This is actually quite cool, the visor camera now, because you actually can see the
you can see where he's looking.
Easy.
Oh, Checo's defending it.
Got it.
There's still alongside. He jumps on Max around the outside and gets it. Good fight from Sergio on tyres that are so much worse.
Big up, guy. Just stuck a fiver on that Red Bull crash 75 return. Guy, mate.
You've lost your money, mate. He was looking at it. They were right next to each other. It was like, hang on a second. Even a front wing, mate. That counts. That counts, man. You would get your money up. But
that's it. Nah, shout out. Credit to Max Verstappen. Unreal drive spin from him.
Yeah, 1,000%, man.
Ridiculous. P9.
I mean, honestly, this is a great... Like, I don't actually know if we're doing this enough justice. This is actually a mental drive.
Ninth.
From ninth on the grid. On the alternate strategy, he overtook everybody on the harder compound. Slapped up a gap to Sergio Perez on worse tyres and has just absolutely blitzed him at the first opportunity.
It's definitely better than last year's race. Absolutely. I'll happily eat my words on that as well. So
I think it's probably the best race of the year. However, that has no competition whatsoever. So.
It's not been the highest standard, but at least we're seeing the again. We got overtakes in Miami last year, but.
Oh, she's loving it. Go on, lass.
I was on your own.
I thought that was Angela at a glance.
Yeah.
No, she's defected. She's defected to
It's a Max Verstappen fan. She was there in Abu Dhabi 2021, just like, yes, Max, come on.
That's Max Verstappen, fastest lap, 1.5 seconds ahead of Sergio Perez.
Drivers' Championship, doesn't he, as well with this?
And it's going to be the Verper Alonso, isn't it?
Did he have it before this weekend?
Yeah, 6 points ahead.
Fair enough, man.
So, Tommo, what do you think about the DRS thing?
What do I think about
the active DRS, so the guys constantly controlling their DRS.
I think
with no zones, they can do whatever they want.
Again, drivers have already started complaining about dirty air because these cars are making their external aero more complicated. So the only way you mitigate that is to have less focus on that aero. So then make it active so that everyone can open up down the straights, everyone can close in the corners. And then, because then dirty air won't be so much of a problem.
But how easy is that to facilitate, by the FIA? Because they're the ones implementing the regulations, right? So if because their whole intention with these new regs was to, obviously eliminate dirty air, as Stroll is making a move on Albon.
Making a move on Albon?
Yeah, around
here as well.
I was hoping you'd miss that.
The medium runners have arrived. It's the cavalry.
Alex is getting swallowed up here, unfortunately.
His Duracell batteries run out.
I mean, again, DRS is a version of active aero. Yeah, I guess.
It's just giving the driver the more control that they can just do it whenever. And in theory, I guess teams can then work their own aero packages around that.
Too long.
Yeah. Albon almost kamikazed Stroll there for a second.
He did.
But even then, Magnuson behind also locked up.
Yeah.
I did see someone suggest a push-to-pass system like they have in IndyCar, because it's a little bit more strategic how you then, you deploy it.
Do they have it in Formula E as well? Is that attack mode?
It's the attack mode where you get a bit of an extra speed boost. I think my only caveat to that is it's not then you just being on pure pace. It's for me, I'm always like, whatever your fastest package is, be able to race with that. So
I mean, we have ERS, we do have a degree of battery.
that exists anyway. I guess it's not that influential on
But for push to pass, you need exponentially more power to give you that extra high-end speed.
Exactly.
Versus aero opening a flap is much more efficient.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe we should do it as a YouTube poll.
Can I just say,
I don't know if that's how we
what? Fernando Alonso just went on team radio and said, what position is Lance in? Great overtake into turn one. Was he watching the big screen and he's just seen Lance overtake? That's absolutely mental.
This man.
What? This guy is... He's ridiculous.
What is his contract at Aston Martin?
I think he's team advisor as well.
Is Lawrence Stroll channeling himself through Fernando Alonso in these races? Because he's it's strange.
He's like a driver coach.
Giving him advice.
I feel like he's taking on this almost bigger brother sort of role almost. With
Lance. Is he almost in track position where he's almost nearing lapping him or something?
I don't know. I mean, to be fair.
But the big screen though.
Perez is asking if Max is struggling.
Oh hell no, bro! Bro overtook you so easily.
That's what Hubert wanted.
He's struggling. In the braking zone, he was just flew past you. What was he on about?
Is he struggling?
To say, but he couldn't bring himself to say.
Next joke, please.
To be fair, Alonso is 16.5 seconds behind Perez and 7.5 ahead of Russell. So he's not got much to think about, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, Yuki.
Yeah, he's just vibing, isn't he? Yuki's going to finish 11th again.
Oh, Yuki, please don't.
You know what? He might actually... Oh, no, he will, because Bottas is 5 seconds off Max.
People don't get Chipotle.
Well, so this is the thing. So do we want tacos or do we want Tsunoda points? That's what it really comes down to.
We want burritos.
Poll in the chat.
We want burritos, not tacos.
All right, that works as well.
Yuki ran the outside. What a move.
Lovely move.
Very nice.
He needs to get a shake on, to be fair. So it's good to get that move done. I'll tell you what, the alternate strategy was definitely the one, innit? Hamilton 7th.
Bottas is coming back, though.
Yeah.
Hamilton 7th. Ocon's made moves.
No, you're not.
Tsunoda started 16th, right? Ocon started there, didn't he?
Tsunoda went out in Q1.
Yeah. So the alternate strategy was definitely the way to go.
And he looked, it's 5 seconds behind Magnuson with 6 to go, but Magnuson's on the hard, so.
No, Gasly's doing a really good job to hold off Leclerc.
Yeah.
You're right. That's gone very under the radar.
Stinky.
And then you got Russell and Alonso just out there on their own. No one behind them, no one in front of them.
What we want is a little innocuous tangle for positions that don't really matter, and then a little safety car, and then softs to the end.
I was saying it's probably too late for a safety car now.
Yeah.
They need to do what they do in Formula E, and if you have the drop period, you add on the laps you lost.
Do it for the entertainment. Entertainment above sport.
It's great.
Do you reckon this is the first race ever to not have a single yellow flag?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting.
We technically would have got a yellow flag in sector 1 in turn 1 in the beginning of the race.
Yeah, fair. It didn't come up.
But it didn't come up as though. But it'd probably just be more of a marshal thing rather than
No, they've kept it clean, haven't they?
Yeah,
they've kept it clean. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone.
Oh, here we go. Stroll on.
Speaking of which, go on.
Oh God.
I was hopeful.
Easy.
I was hopeful
Clean.
for the Alfa Romeos, but because now we've had every single car get into Q3 after just 5 races. Every single team has had at least one car in Q3.
Pretty wavy, to be fair, isn't it? Still, Alfa Romeo kind of a bit stinky, though. Not going to lie.
No, but I mean, Bottas
really
P7.
dropped off
Bottas has
Yeah.
been up there, though, for a lot of the weekend, so, you know, it's
That's
good.
really dropped off for them.
But yeah, this season, I'm backing them to finish bottom of the Constructors' Championship, I think.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because Albon just turns up and gets 7th.
Have they even got in the
so,
points yet?
I think everyone got a point?
Bottas got points in Bahrain.
Bahrain.
He finished 8th. He
Yeah.
got 4. And then Joe got a point, I think, as well. But yeah, they're not doing great. The thing is, those top 8 really should be accounted for most weekends. Because now Aston Martin have become
You got a top 4 now.
that top team. So it's only actually the other like 9 and 10
mean,
are really up for grabs. Now.
Have Alpine made a case for? I mean, I guess
On
again,
this
they
tra-
are they're so track dependent. Are Alpine? It's ridiculous, but. This weekend they have they're there on actual merit.
But also, what I find fascinating as well is that Alonso is the one who's literally carrying the team to be currently 2nd in the team's championships. Like he's currently running P3 and Stroll's into P12.
And that's just Alonso, though.
Like Alonso is just
effectively.
fully,
Alonso
he's just fully carrying that team to be P2 very comfortably in the team's championship. It's mad.
You know,
Here we go.
Might be the end of the Pierre Gasly party, lads.
I know.
Leclerc.
Gasly.
He's bottled it.
Gasly.
Gasly with the bottle, man.
Gasly actually might be done by Hamilton
Lewis
here as
is
well,
right
to be
there
fair.
too.
because-
Gasly with the Evian.
Yeah.
French bottle,
Like,
see?
that's good.
French.
It's good.
I think Hamilton's going to get him here.
French connection.
Because he had a poor run out the S's.
Lewis, to be fair, Lewis might get Charles as well because Charles obviously still on the
He's
hards.
on the hards, yeah.
Yeah, so this could be P5 somehow for Lewis.
Yeah.
I reckon
That would
Lewis-
be he's driver of the day if he finishes 5th. I'm saying that.
No, I still think he's
up there.
Verstappen,
Oh
bro.
yeah, no, I forgot about that. Sorry about that, guys.
Mercedes has been a much better race car than a quali car for a long time. Like since these new regulations, it's been a better race car.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look at that.
Lewis ain't playing.
Go on,
Look at
Lewis.
lunge. Lewis up to P6. Gasly fuming. No,
I thought you just said something.
Wait, what?
You know, if you combine the word Leclerc and lunge. No.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
thought you said.
The thing is, I never say that word, so I was like, what do you mean, man?
I didn't want to say it out loud because I don't. I didn't want to say it out loud because I don't want that on the internet.
I'm sure chat can work it out
Best
for
keep it
themselves.
PG.
Look lunge.
I'm happy to swear. I'm happy to swear.
Sounds better with
that.
an
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. You said
French
it out.
accent.
Much better with an accent.
Oh, Lewis is getting Leclerc here, mate.
Yeah.
This is simple stuff.
Hammer time.
Difficult.
Oh,
time
there we
for
go.
Ferrari.
Might even. No.
This is back straight territory again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, considering, I mean, we had Sainz within a second of Alonso for so long, and now he's 10 seconds off.
But
the
I
back
mean,
of Fernando.
it's Ferrari, isn't it? It's the history of the
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Their race pace is honestly depressing, man.
Oh, Russell radio. Oh,
was gonna say.
Russell.
I love that from you, George. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So Russell thought they were really close to Perez.
Yeah,
it was actually Sargent ahead of Alonso.
Oh, he must have been able to see the livery.
Not Perez.
Oh, bless him.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Oh, our car's quite. Oh no, it's not good.
Oh, go on, Lewis. Squeezed to the edge of the track, but Lewis
Very
Hamilton
nice.
Move.
up the inside of Charles Leclerc.
3 laps to go. Do we think he?
That wasn't much of a gap, but he put his car in.
Yeah.
Cue the sad piano music from Charles himself.
4 seconds a lap to get Sainz.
That's what I was thinking. Do you think? I don't think it's going to be. I think
I
it'll
mean,
be
he
close
is
to
Lewis
him.
Hamilton, but
I don't think it'd be. Yeah. Fair play. I think Mercedes actually done quite well with the strategy here. To be fair.
yeah.
Magnussen's
Yes.
looking good.
That's split strategy, honestly, with Lewis.
I just said
Magnussen's
to be
that
fair
was- that
so
was-
many times though. Sorry.
I was questioning it at the start. I was like, yeah, nah, I don't know about this, mate. He's stuck in traffic, whatever. But they've done really well with it.
yeah.
Chipotle still 3.5 seconds ahead of
That was a
Tsunoda.
tight gap as well.
Yeah.
Lewis would normally go for those moves, especially in like more dominant cars.
Yes.
The percentage is a bit more.
Here
This
comes
is
the
what
crowd.
we were saying about Leclerc earlier. You know, when you're in a car that isn't, on top, you have to make those risky plays that you don't when you've got a package that's,
Exactly, yeah.
that's on top. So I think it kind of forces that side out of your driving.
Exactly.
God, 20 seconds back from P3 to P2.
Leclerc's still within a second of Lewis, but that'll open up.
When everyone else is around about, like a couple of seconds or so, and obviously there's like 7 seconds between third and fourth.
Yeah.
But like having like 20 seconds from second to third, it's just like, it just shows like that they've just built such a good car.
Yeah, I mean, over the course of a race, it's basically like untouchable.
Yeah.
I mean, unless, and that's the thing. I think the more cars that they can get in between, especially on street tracks like this, the more cars that get in between Checo and Max in qualifying. Like, I mean, Max obviously smashed it today, but if it was a track where it was a bit harder to overtake, that could be a lot more costly.
They've just got to hook it up through Monaco.
This must really gonna like affect Perez, and it's just like he's really like knocking back, being like
mess with his psyche.
I mean, if you look at the race,
seconds.
I was about to say that. If you look at the race, if you look at this race on Wikipedia, you'd be like, oh, it's not that bad because 3.5 seconds isn't that terrible.
Yeah, but then you
take all the context.
Perez was leading the race and Max Verstappen was 9th, and it's like, mate, how has that happened?
Because I mean, the gap, Max was, I think, about 3.5, maybe 4 behind Perez once he got up to P2 as well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like Checo checked out and started.
Literally, that's what we were saying before. He's just like, he wasn't delivering that, and it's just it's.
Do you reckon that's come back to hurt him? Do you reckon if he'd maybe bolted
now
a little bit more at the start?
21 seconds clear of Alonso.
The pace was clearly there.
But then the gap between Red Bull and Alonso here, that's kind of more just showing how well the car is. If Perez was actually delivering, he would still be in the lead by quite some margin because he's had that much of a head start. Perez hasn't had to come through any traffic. He's had the clear runnings from all of it.
No, you're right.
So. And then now on the second to last, on the penultimate lap even, Verstappen's now got the fastest lap.
Yeah.
And Perez has got just watching all of it. So it's just...
Yeah. Max has just opened up like a second in that last lap.
Literally,
No, at the same time, though, I feel like there's this whole narrative being like, oh, this is time for Perez. It's like, we've got to remember the situation Perez was in before, because he was originally going to lose his seat at a midfield team.
Absolutely.
So the fact he's even gone into Red Bull, as much as I do love him, he's incredibly lucky that he got that opportunity. So it's kind of a bit like, mate, you're not going to be the number one here because you even getting a seat in this team. Like, yes, you won on your last race for Racing Point. Like, you're very fortunate to even have that position, let alone thinking you're going to be able to go for the championship.
100%. To beat Max Verstappen over the course of the season, for Checo specifically, he's going to have to be what he was in Baku for 23 races, which is unsustainable.
Yeah, at the very least, he can't lose races where he starts first and Max starts last.
Exactly. Yeah,
like he needs to remember why he's in that team, and it's to be the second driver, no matter what the Christian Horner or the team PR.
But I don't even think Red Bull need to. They don't need to enforce that because their car's clear. It's like Mercedes 2014. They didn't need to enforce team rules.
It's a truth which no one says it.
Exactly.
So they can just let it. Red Bull can just let it play out, and they know that they're
kind of written,
almost certainly still going to win the drivers and constructors.
And Max Verstappen is going to win the Miami Grand Prix round the final bend, even across the line.
Driver of the day, easy.
Driver of the day, easily, man. Sensational stuff.
100%.
Sensational stuff.
And now we've got to wait 20 or so seconds for. They're on the pit wall. That is not allowed. Oh, actually, no, they are allowed. If their
That's
feet,
misinformation, man.
No, if their feet are on concrete. If their feet are on concrete.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
See?
Found a loophole.
I just wanted to call that out.
Yeah.
Fernando Alonso on podium again. Sensational stuff.
Fernando
I'm going to
Alonso.
call the FIL on you.
Not again.
Verperalo. Vaporalo.
I feel like we're going to need to get used to this quite a lot this season.
Yeah, that's the one.
Verezzo. Verezno. And we're still racing at the back here. He's going to send it.
Yeah, Leclerc stayed within a second of Lewis here.
He's going to send it. Send it. Go on, Stroll. Go on. You got nothing to lose.
Go on, Lance.
Leave him. What? Yeah, but for P11.
Yeah.
Round the outside.
As if he's got another P11.
P11 again, man.
Hang about. P10.
Oh. Yeah, K-Mag.
We got the free burrito!
Chipotle! Come on, everyone. Lovely stuff.
Put your money where your mouth is, Chipotle. You can't back out now.
Yeah, we were involved in the deal.
Lovely job, Lee.
Single point. We'll take that.
We take those. Science keeps P5 because he had that 5-second penalty, which I about.
Yes. I think we all forgot that.
Yeah, not going to lie.
That is true.
We're not listening to the commentary, so we can't keep updated with that. So.
Very true.
I just thought he pitted in between. But no, he didn't. He didn't.
McLaren 17 and 19.
Someone mentioned like these upgrades have done fuck all.
That is
if anything, they might have been downgrades. They might actually have been.
I mean,
this is one thing I get frustrated about because people are like, oh yeah, they brought upgrades. It's like, yeah, but so is everyone else.
Yeah,
like everyone's constantly updating their teams. It's not like they've just frozen in time or something. So like I feel like McLaren, although even it could be just good normal upgrades, it's also just like
I mean they planned it before the season.
Oh, really? You know, this one,
they said like we're gonna bring them.
Well, they were literally like it's almost like a new car.
Yeah, it's almost like a new car, and it's like we've got these massive upgrades.
Well, this is where we should have started the season with this car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
17th and 19th.
I don't get how it takes
like what we were waiting for.
So many months
End
to get
the
to
season. Restart the season again.
Why does it take that long? I don't get it.
Didn't McLaren get most of their points from Australia with all the chaos?
Yes, they did, and exactly they didn't even get it technically on merit.
No,
it was more like
it's not good. No wonder Zach made the changes he had to. I think because look, ultimately, yes, Zach's the man in charge, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because obviously, it's his job to put the right people in charge, and when your engineers, just like your drivers can let you down. Your engineers can let you down. Like, do you see Franz Tost as well? That article.
We got rid of the guy who I didn't trust.
Yeah,
I think he was just like he's petty too. I think because he's getting dropped in everything.
He should have been a top tier team principal. Because imagine that shade like at the top tier.
Yeah,
would have been phenomenal.
100%.
If you thought his Horner and Toto were bad, imagine Tost in there. He literally.
So fastest lap was 129.
Fuck Lewis every weekend.
So fastest lap was 129. I think in qualifying the fastest lap was 126 point something. I think so.
That's it. Checo
says well done, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like the "come dine with me" meme, when he's like,
they're not
"Well
even
done, you won the money."
Oh wow, there we go. I was going to say Max is not even celebrating, and he just pointed at the number one.
So that gains him 8 points relative to Checo because he got fastest lap as well.
So it's 14-point difference, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which I just thought was the other way around.
He must be so sweaty.
He must be. Yeah, Miami's
it's hot.
They were saying it's a bit Malaysia-esque. In terms of heat.
Humidity. Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at some tables, shall we? Let's have a look at some finishing
Alonso on the podium as well. Come on.
Yes, come on.
This is how the Constructors' Championship looks after the Miami Grand Prix. A 122-point lead for Red Bull ahead of Aston Martin.
Mental.
Alpine.
Absolutely mad.
Alpine jumped McLaren. 14 points each.
Yeah, Alpine versus McLaren once again this season. And in the Drivers' Championship, obviously Max now with a 14-point lead.
Let's keep this one up. Let's have a good look through this.
We got Fernando Alonso sitting pretty kind of on his own there in P3.
Just looks sitting pretty
Just sitting pretty all the time.
Yeah.
What a charming man. Lewis Hamilton, obviously fourth. Really good points for him today, actually. Good recovery drive. Carlos there, P5. Definitely. George up to P6 with a bit of a... Jesus Christ.
Pardon you.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Technical issues there. Charles Leclerc, P7. Disappointing day for him. Stroll, P8. Lando, 9th. And Pierre Gasly up into the top 10.
Ooh.
The Chipotle boys, unfortunately. Nico Hülkenberg down into P11 alongside Ocon. Piastri there in 14th. Magnuson. I'm surprised K-Mag doesn't have more points than that, to be honest with you. But up to 17th, past Albon and Nick De Vries technically above Logan as well. Good day for Ocon, up to P12.
Yeah, I think Alpine, like you say,
good day for Alpine all round, isn't it?
Alpine, McLaren, they're kind of going wheel to wheel.
I mean, based off that, it's not even a race, to be honest. Yeah. Because the difference in pace between Alpine and a lot of the rest of the grid, let alone McLaren, was pretty high. So stuff from them, I'm not going to lie, would be concerned if I'm a McLaren fan, which I am. So I'm concerned.
Not for the first time. I did wonder. I mean, I put McLaren, I think, after testing, I put them in like 8th, maybe, constructors.
You might be onto something, G.
And part of me, I was like, oh, actually, no, they're coming good now. And then they have a stinker like that. Both cars nowhere. Piastri brake issues potentially, but then Norris again. Maybe Norris picked up some damage from De Vries. I don't know. Yeah. That's the only hope Papaya fans that I can give, that maybe Norris had a bit of damage. Both cars had issues, but then this would be potentially the third race that both cars had issues. I mean, Piastri's just a brake issue sounds like a reliability.
Also, it's one thing he says it could be a brake issue, then it's more like it was actually a brake issue.
Here we go. Tinfoil hat's back on.
Because also Ricciardo had a brake issue.
Yes. Just at every Grand Prix.
Yes, I'm going to annoy everyone there. Yeah, well, Albon's rubbish too.
How is Tsunoda P11 again, man?
Yeah, it's always you should get half a point for finishing 11th, I think.
Fuck's sake.
And then it builds up. If you get enough, then you get a point. You get enough.
Bro, I'm sorry. That just sounds like hand me down. Like everyone
He's a small
gets...
man. He needs hand me down. Oh man,
He's a hand me down every time he goes to the supermarket.
Yeah.
Can he get the top shelf, please?
Oh.
What do you make of the race then, boys? What are we saying out of 10? What we giving Miami?
Ratings in the chat, by the way, as well.
I enjoyed that. That was a good race.
I saw people in the chat saying they thought it was a boring race, and I kind of hear it from the perspective of you comparing it to last season, but I think it's all relative. Genuinely, I thought that was all right.
Yeah.
Like, there was good racing up and down. It didn't feel like there was any points in the race where there was, like, nothing going on for, like, 20 laps.
Yeah.
There was constantly battling. Was it for the top? Was it for the lead? No, not necessarily. But
Definitely a lot better than last year. I think if Max had got in his actual qualifying lap properly before the red flag thing, I think we'd probably be saying a different story.
yes.
But then I don't think too much of the excitement was attached to the Red Bulls. It was the scraps throughout the field. But then again, I suppose qualifying wouldn't have been as messed up.
Yeah, I think for me, like
Leclerc crashing.
Yeah.
I've seen many 6 out of 10s in chat. I think I'm also going to agree as well. The 6 out of 10 for me as well. I wouldn't say it's like an absolute worldie to make it like have you, because I think like, we saw overtakes, but they weren't like we saw some defending. But I mean, I'm always wanting one for more hard racing. So, but yeah, I think 6 out of 10 for me.
Most people just want to see competitiveness at the front, right?
Yeah.
And, this season has become a trend as we've seen that, there's not much of a competition. But yeah, I think overall, 5, 6 is about that. Yeah, I mean, it was easier to overtake, compared to, I think, my expectations personally. But and the strategies were also kind of interesting. Some people on the hard, some people on the mediums, and how that played out was kind of interesting.
It feels like F1 keeps dodging rain as well, because there were like rain in Miami last night. There was rain just after the race in Baku as well.
Yeah.
It's like we keep dodging, like a little bit of rain.
Get the sprinklers out.
I mean,
Bernie was right.
He was right all along with just that thing and nothing else.
Back to bed, Bernie. Come on.
I think the one thing I will say is there was even.
What's your ratings, by the way? Yeah.
I would probably give it I would give it a 6, to be honest. Just because as well. I would have given it a 5 if it was purely like qualifying order is crazy, but then it all just shakes back to normal and it's like a bit boring.
Yeah.
But we did actually get some good battles between people that would have been racing anyway, like Sainz and Alonso, like Russell and Sainz, and there was like some good. Yeah, it was genuinely action that I think would have happened even without the crazy qualifying.
Yeah.
So I would give it a 6.
Yeah,
very average, definitely, but way better than
I'm like
other races this
6,
season.
at least a 6 for me.
I think it also depends on your expectations too.
Yeah.
A lot of people I've seen, excuse me, talking about 2021.
Yeah. I mean, I had low expectations for this one, so yeah.
But yeah, coming off of, obviously 2021, that's the benchmark, and a lot of people, fans that came on recently,
Spoiled by it, yeah.
just expect that, and that's not necessarily what Formula One will always be. And if you come into it, I guess with like a lower expectation, you're pleasantly surprised when something, when something happens. That's
important. That's an important life lesson, Ben. The lower your expectations are in life, the more likely you are to be pleasantly surprised.
What have we got here?
What is going on here? Are we being driven to the podium in Jeeps? Is that what's happening right now?
Pretty much.
I love it.
I think these are like the.
Didn't they have
Is he
Shaq
stalled
last
it?
time? Was it?
Yeah.
That was
No, that's
that was Austin. Yeah,
I was Austin. Okay.
He's done it 3 years
we might
in
still get that
now.
then. Shaq
bro.
again.
Shaq was the same height as
Oh, yeah.
Max.
Yeah,
On the podium.
on the top
Yeah,
stair.
that was crazy.
That man is a unit.
Well, last year
Iconic.
they gave everyone NFL helmets, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward
Carlos
to seeing what
Sainz
it
was
is.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was great.
It just looked awful as well.
Yeah, that was a bit mad, to be fair.
Me. I'm surprised they're not letting the drivers drive these.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
No, they're
Have
tired.
another little race. This is the sprint. Do the sprinting then.
And Sergio's hit Max.
They're like off-road Mini Coopers.
They are.
Yeah. It's literally that.
Well, from the front
it.
anyway.
It literally is that.
This
mad.
sport, it makes absolutely no sense. We're at the Hard Rock Arena
Brilliant.
Stadium.
Right.
I'm surprised there was no like
buggers.
fireworks or anything, like flares, like making.
Maybe
like,
if it was
not the
later
thing.
in the day, I suppose.
Yeah, but still, you want
Still
to be a
quite
bit
bright.
like we have it in like Brazil, don't we? Or
Yeah.
Wow.
No, there's enough. What do they call it? Pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, I guess already.
Maybe saving it for the podium.
Right, let's wrap it, boys. Thank you for coming, Ben. First and foremost, BMPH F1
Thank you.
debut on the last lap. Did you enjoy your time?
Oh, of course, yeah. It was I mean, it's different, being in a studio.
It is, man. It's totally different. First
Yeah.
time on camera as well.
Live waffling, you know.
Yeah.
You've done a few,
I think-
few bits.
I mean, I did like a face reveal like a while ago and then deleted it just because
Oh,
my face out there.
mate.
But yeah,
Same.
no, yeah.
No, Ben, you were great, mate. Thank you
yeah,
so
thank
much
you
for
very
coming,
much.
mate. Smashed
Thanks.
it. Give Ben some energy in the live chat as well. Matt, as always, back again with your dodgy takes.
Yes.
Just
Someone's
that's
got
why I
to
love
liven up
you.
a little bit.
So,
haven't they?
I'm not having
I'm
that.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
No, I
kidding.
know, I know.
Look at me. I'm sunburned. I'm so surprised you didn't.
That's
This isn't
true.
the colour
He's
grade.
got heat
This is
stroke.
pure like red
And that's
coming
from the
it.
lights as well.
Yeah, he's got. That explains a lot. Niran, mate, week off. Well, we'll be back next week
Yes, we will
for
indeed.
the pods,
Yeah,
but we got a week off,
Pod
and then a triple. Was it? Oh, baby, Imola, Monaco, Spain.
Spain, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to Monaco.
So wait, Spain is the end of that? Or?
I think so. Yeah,
think
without
so.
the final chicane.
So it's basically a double.
Yeah, I'm going back to the old layout.
Is it Monaco first?
Yeah, we are
Is it
indeed.
Monaco first or is it Imola
I
first?
think it's Imola first, isn't it? I don't
You
know.
should probably know that, but fuck the feds. It's fine. We'll work it out. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, we'll be there.
Well, Monaco's all set up because
That's
you were there
alright,
for
we
Formula E.
Yeah, and
weren't
it's
you?
every
So-
2 weeks, so I would have thought. I think it's Monaco first.
Maybe
then
it's Monaco
Imola,
first
I
then.
think. Yeah.
Well, Monaco
enough.
again. Red Bull qualifying isn't
The best.
unreal and
Yeah.
takes time to get their tyres up to temperature. So I'm hopeful for Monaco. We might not get a Red Bull 1-2.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
Good point.
Perez might crash on purpose again, or Charles Leclerc.
Ooh.
Might do something else. So.
He's going to stick it in the wall.
We all saw the data. We all saw it.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm spinning.
Oh, I've
Whoops.
crashed. No, man.
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm a racing driver, so I know. Niran,
Yes, we will be back though for said Grand Prix.
and what are we doing after this, mate?
We're doing the pod there.
Oh, the
We're doing the pod. We're sorting that out. That'll be out on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. So don't forget.
Tuesday.
Tune bloody in.
Tuesday, innit?
Gavin.
That.
Oh, it's very British of you.
That's how George Russell should be on the radio.
That's how George Russell speaks
Yeah.
on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, guys. As I said,
Thanks, Harry.
Pleasure.
Yeah, we'll have both of them on for the pod as well. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Thank
Hope you
you.
enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoyed the stream as well. I'll leave the final words to you, San. West Ham won in it, so you can get to celebrate now.
Up the irons. Up the Yuki Tsunoda P11 again. I'm fuming. I'm fuming. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Be well. Be
Like
happy.
and subscribe. Bye, yeah.